conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been killed after being shot in the neck.
Getting more light on the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
No Kings demonstrations around the country on immigration.
Advice to everybody.
The government shutdown.
It's a government shutdown. It's a government shutdown.
People on the right. He's slamming Republicans.
Owen Schroyer is leaving InfoWars. You are a stabber.
Israel.
The two shared a look and a hug, and what followed has become one of the most viral moments of the year.
Y'all know that looks wrong. That looks bad.
The placement of her hand.
They claw.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Internet cards.
We stopped eight wars.
20 surviving Israeli hostages were freed from Hamas. A treasonous conspiracy against the American people, our republic, and an attempt to undermine President Trump's administration.
And we will build a city hall.
Agents were shot at while conducting an immigration enforcement operation earlier today.
You gotta stop being so obsessed with Israel and so obsessed with the Jews. Israel derangement syndrome. I'm not gonna stop talking about it. I'm talking about Israel. Israel. Israel.
Why did they call us so
Nazi.
You're a Nazi promoter.
Welcome to the next wave of rebellion, awakening, and resistance. Let's rise above the noise. Welcome to Politi-Shock.
This show is loud, crass, in your face, and talks about something no one else will speak of. It's called The Truth. Welcome to Politi-Shock, the show that shakes the very foundations of the establishment. Broadcasting live since 2007, with millions tuning in every week. We're here to expose the lies of the New World Order, the military-industrial complex, Big Pharma, and every corrupt institution trying to silence your voice. This is not safe for work. 1,000% pro-liberty, pro-Trump, and pro-America first. Get ready for 3+ hours of uncensored truth bombs as we tear apart the liberal narratives and the globalist agenda, because we're here to fight back against Agenda 2030 and the depopulation plot that's creeping into our society. Dismantling the lies. This is Politi-Shock. Brought to you by MyPillow.com. Use promo code VOPUSA or call 1-800-822-5206. Now, here's your host, Dan Smariglio.
Somebody had a comment and said, wow, it's loud. Yeah, no shit. Want to make sure you're awake. Kind of sort of the point of it, you know? What can I say? I'm loud. I'm aggressive. What I do. Music is loud. Commercials are loud. The intro is loud. You get the point? But hey, maybe I'm calm. Maybe I'm zen. Maybe I'm some kind of way. Welcome. Good evening to everybody out there. This is my first time seeing you all in 2026, as I've been doing the Rage of Aquarius every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But this is my first Politi-Shock of 2026. So apologies for keeping you waiting, for those who care about those things. So I want to say to the world out there, remember, VOPUSAradio.com is the website. Go to the website, enter your email, and subscribe to us. See all the things that we're doing and follow what we're doing. Hi, everybody. I'm using a virtual background, so if you see that weird little glow around me, it's because That's what it is. I don't have the green screen set up yet. Wait, and my camera is a different way, so I look like I'm looking a different way. So hey, it is what it is. So hi. Make sure to download the apps if you would be so kind on iOS and Android. Just type in VOP U.S.A. and they will pop up. They are pretty cool. I'm going to start sending out notifications. I didn't do it tonight because, quite frankly, I forgot. But push notifications are a thing now that I actually know how to do. And make sure to check us out on Roku, on Fire TV, on Android TV, on Apple TV. We are everywhere. And though I've never really been a big proponent of this, I'm going to start. You see, I don't know. I'm pointing this way and it's the other way. So maybe I should just like do it like this. I don't know. But if you see that little QR code up there with the little StreamYard birdie in it, that is actually a place you can go to donate directly to VOP. And why are we asking for donations? Because, well, what the hell? Everybody else does, right? But no, if you go to the website, you go to the apps, you go to the TV apps, you'll see exactly what we have spawned into, what we have become, and where we are going. Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network worldwide is essentially, we're live. We actually have an open call right now to welcome in our first 15 creators, if you will, creators, broadcasters, whatever you want to call it, to start adding to the network. So it's finally here. It's finally a thing. So the only thing that has to be sorted out is really my background. So that's pretty damn good as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So it's because I'm not mirroring my camera. So that's why I look like if I'm looking at a different direction, it's really a mind fuck. What can I say? So tonight's show, I'm going to shoot for an abridged version. Try to cap it at 2 hours. That's my goal. We'll see how that goes. But next week, you could expect a guest. You could expect some other stuff. But I really want to drive the fact home that if you go to VOPUSARadio.com, you can even see, and I'll pull it up later on the live on air, so you can see how you could actually join our platform. You could see how you could become a part of what we're doing if you're interested. Right now, it's, of course, free for all of you to go to the website, to the apps, and to the TV apps and actually watch what we're doing. Right now, we have obviously the Rage of Aquarius. We have Politi-Shock, the exclusive home of Politi-Shock. Thank you. We are going to have Holistics and a couple other shows coming in the not so distant future. Hint, hint. We have the Josh Bernstein show. It's going to be broadcasting inevitably. We have the State of Freedom. For the Love of Freedom, excuse me. Shout out. I think Danielle was in the chat room there. So much love as always. And we have more content that I'm not going to get into now coming your way. So don't mistake my toned down behavior right now as being, I'm not trying to purposely be boring. I'm honestly trying to get over this whole weird halo thing and the whole, like, I see myself differently in the screen. Not that I want to see myself. Let's get that straight. But it's kind of a trip. That's all I'm going to say. But, there's a lot to go over. But seriously, and then also you'll see on the website, if you go and check it out, and when you go into and I'll walk you through this step by step later because it's important. But Hollis is even offering her services now to other people that are out there, other broadcasters, creators as well, because she's absolutely amazing at what she does and able to create all these wonderful things. So she is not responsible for my lack of green screen background. That is my fault. Okay. So everything else is pretty damn awesome. But the most important thing is we go to the website, the apps, you look at the Roku channel, all these things. Literally, she designed it. Okay. She brought it to life. So she's offering her services to the world. And there's so many different things. And we are finally open for business. Now, why are we only taking 15 creators to start? Because quite frankly, it's a lot to do. Hosting other broadcasters, being truly independent, never taking a dime from anybody else, never being invested in, if you will. We did have one person who came through, and I'm not sure if I could say his name,
or not. I guess I had to ask him, but he came through and actually gave us the money up front so we could fund this, meaning the site that hosts everything that we do that Hollis created, for another year, which is a blessing. But it's expensive. But at the end of the day, our network is truly independent, and some people care. And by the way, I'm testing something right now, so I hope somebody doesn't get mad at me. And I'm actually streaming on YouTube right now. So give us a like and a follow. Smash that like button, whatever. I suspect YouTube will turn me off in about 5 minutes. So it's probably confused right now because I haven't broadcasted live on YouTube for so long because, I hate it with a passion. So we'll see. But anyway, there's a lot that goes into running your own network, and people like to talk, and they have all these expectations of how it should be and how it should look and what you should do for them. But with the exception of maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 people, I don't know, Danielle, Tim, Steve. Yeah, that's about it, really. Not a single solitary person has ever been there to actually offer their help, their assistance, their support, other than telling us how we should do things and what we should do for them and what we should give them, et cetera, et cetera. What? Yeah. And, there has to come a point in time where, especially me being me, where you have to just say, fuck you. We've given you everything for free for quite some time. And quite frankly, I'm sick to death of it, because all these overhyped establishment pieces of shit that come on here and pretend to be patriots and take your money and rob you blind. And they want your support and they want your love. You've heard me talk about this ad nauseum for years, but there's a reason why, because these people, you can never hate them enough. That's all I'm going to say. Hollis, learn quickly. You can never hate them enough. We have a whole mailing list, right? A whole mailing list. And I swear to God, this is people that, they signed up to be on our mailing list and whatever, doing the media rows. And these are other patriots and heroes out there, fighting to save the world. And, MAGA, or I'm not MAGA, but I was MAGA, but now I'm not MAGA. I'm America first. I'm America firster, or I'm more America first, or America only, or America, whatever dumb shit they like to call themselves, right? And as always, that's for you. So you put out an email to the mailing list. Now, we have done that more in the last 2 months than we have in the last 2 years. And I think our total amount of emails that we put out to our mailing list has been about, I don't know, maybe 4. So then you have those who say, or unsubscribe because they care so much. 0 response from anybody. It's actually laughable. And some of your independent heroes, unsubscribe. Why? Because they feel a little ass hurt because, well, I said I was there for you, but I wasn't really there for you. But why aren't you, consulting with me that now that you're live and you should have me on your network for free and you should have me do this and you should have me do that. I should have you go fuck yourselves, because the days of us being nice and bending over and saying we're going to take it for all of you are long, long, long since gone. The days of being, we want you all to come in. No, we want you, the people, to come in. We want this open to the world, you see, because I care more about all of you listening than I do about 95% of the people who are allegedly doing the same thing. They're sickening. They are sickening. And I cannot express enough how much I despise them all. All right. Some, a lot you don't know, but they think you should know them because they, in their minds, they're really, really great. They're rich already. Then they come out there and act like, they need your money, and they get your money and they do nothing with it except go and gallivant around and act like they're holier than thou and cast judgment and condemn. Oh, you know what? It's funny because America turns 250 on July 4th and VOP turns 20 on July 3rd. So at the 20-year mark, I could honestly say that the days of even slightly pretending to need any of these people are long since gone. Okay. And even when I did, I was really kind of faking it, just trying to be nice and say, hey, I know you guys have been in the game for a very long time. Some of you 2020, some of you 2016 again. And I don't want to be like, hey, I'm the old guy who's been around a lot longer than you, but that's okay. Maybe you're real. Maybe you're good intended. Good intended. You have good intentions. I don't know. Whatever it may be. And I think inevitably we're going to have to switch this background thing because this camera thing is blowing my mind. I don't know what the hell. It's so weird. But it's like I'm seeing the side of my face. Again, it's not like it's a big deal. You don't want to see this anyway. But it's kind of crazy. And Jason, see in the chat room, yes, it's free. We wear our hearts on our sleeve. And we're not doing this to get rich, okay? We didn't come into this with money. All the money that's been put into this network, this expansion has come out of our pockets. All the media road trips have been paid out of our own pocket. And with the exception of, literally 3 or 4 people who have donated, and that's pretty much the same amount that donated to the campaign as well. And I see you, Joe. I love you. That's about it, and I don't want to call people out by name, but I should just to honor them. But that's the only people who have ever actually given anything to us. Why? Because we need the money? Because we're begging for money? No. Because they actually believe in what we're doing. They see the goal, the point. They see the honesty behind it, and they wanted to show support. And that means more to me than any of these self-serving douchebags sitting here and giving us their stamp of approval. I cannot tell you. I mean, yes, we're going to talk about the stuff going on in the world. Please believe. But listen, it's been a while. And yes, you hear me on Sundays. But in case you don't know, on Sunday's show, on the Rage of Aquarius, I've been very, very good. It's so weird. I've been very, very good about being done at the 1 hour mark. We do that for downloading purposes and sharing purposes. So we time ourselves to keep it at 1 hour. Josh Bernstein and myself. So this is me just rambling and doing my talk therapy into the camera because, hey, why not, right? I have a captive audience. But we tried so hard to give so much to so many, but when they call, you better answer. When they want something, you better respond. When they need something, you better be there for them. When they want, they need, they have an idea. You better just humor them. But who has actually said, what can we do to help you guys out? I could count those people on 4 fingers. Okay. So we accepted and we tolerated, but inevitably you give people enough rope, they hang themselves, and in time they find their own way out. And that's exactly what it comes down to. And it's emblematic of what's going on these days in the world of, what do you even call this crap anymore? I call it independent journalism, but independent journalism now has been hijacked by the globalist scum pretending to be independent. So I don't know. I started saying independent media back in 2006. So when I said it meant something, whatever you call this, the MAGA movement, the America First movement, the We Hate the Jews movement, the whatever. I don't know what you would refer to it as. But you see so many of these frauds being exposed. You see so many of these fakes being outed. And I am honest to God, when I see them showing their ass and still acting as if nobody knows and nobody could see through them. And here's looking at you, Steve Bannon, and so many others, it makes me happy. It gives me the warm and fuzzies inside because it's not going to hurt you because you already have all the money in the world, but you had that going in because you were set up to go into this to co-opt the movement, kind of like your Tea Party horse shit. It's exactly what it's always been. So you played your part, you played the game, you sit there and do what you do. You go and you retort the same bullshit every single day. You talk the same crap, China, what Trump should do, what Trump needs to do, what Trump should do, what Trump needs to do, oh my God, please, I swear to God, you people are you are the definition of a pile of shit, okay? And somebody like me, I don't have hatred in my heart, but I have a lot of hatred for all of you. Not you, the audience, although some of you I do. For the ones who allegedly are the thought leaders, if you will. You lead nothing. You're an echo chamber of shit that might have sounded cool about 9 years ago, but even 9, 10, 11 years ago didn't sound too cool to people like me because I've seen your type before. And there were other smart people out there that saw your type before. So we see through you. So we have here people like myself, and I know there's other ones out there. We have to sit here and we have to explain ourselves and kind of every single time reintroduce ourselves to you. And every time we go live now, we're getting a whole different audience because, you know, now we have people on Roku and Fire and people finding this, right? And people coming to the site for the first time, coming to the apps for the first time. And as we continue to expand our reach and go out there with the rollout of the new network, you know, and how partners and everything else, it's like you have to constantly explain, well, what makes me different? What makes me different is what you see is what you get. I'm not here to put on a show. I'm not a puppet on a string. I don't have a pole up my ass. I'm not propped up here to be something that you need to see. I'm up here to say exactly what I want whenever I want it and tell you truths that you may not like, truths that you may need to hear. But I'm not going to be a one-sided asshole. I'm an asshole, but only to the people who are most deserving. Like, let's just check those boxes, you know, because I feel like this needs to be done. I support President Trump. I've always supported President Trump. The majority of you listening already know this. If he does something bad, I'm not going to come up here and say, I hate President Trump. And then 5 minutes later say, I knew it all along. I love President Trump. No, I love the man. I support the man. I've met the man. I've spent time with the man. And I support him wholeheartedly. If he does something I disagree with, I will say it. And I will also not go on a scathing rampage because I know some of us, we're smart enough to know, wait 10 minutes. Watch what happens. But these alleged geniuses in let's just call it the patriot movement. We're all patriots. I like when they say that. I'm a patriot. It's so distinguished and dignified. I'm a patriot. Shut the fuck up. Everybody's I think maybe during the Tea Party days, everybody's a patriot. I'm a patriot. You're a patriot. We're all patriots. I'm a patriot. Like these stupid little catchphrases that they use literally just to get your attention and make you feel like you're a part of something. It's so obvious. And again, I know ones out there see this too, but it's just so funny. Like, you know, you have these little losers that are all right, whatever. Listen, I'm going to be blunt because why not? You have these little losers that are jerking off into a sock in their mommy's basement, right? They're sitting on there on their little phones, typing up things and going and posting little videos, acting like there's something special in the world. And they think they're freaking heroes and they're like, you know, freaking Paul Revere or like George Washington or some shit. You know, they're storming the hills and they're taking the whatever, right? And oh, I'm a patriot because I posted my video online and I'm a member of the Tea Party and I'm a member of this and I'm a member of this. I like this one. I'm in a posse. A posse. Notice that all these people have one thing in common. They all need to tell you things to try to, you know, bloviate your ego or make you feel like you're part of something, right? This is literally psychology 101, all right? This is also psyop 101. Well, you're a patriot if you're my audience. No, you're a normal human being listening to somebody speak. You hate me, you like me, but I'm also not going to tell you, I want you to think just like me. These people, you're a patriot if you listen. You're part of a posse. You're part of the crew. Like it's an exclusive club or some shit. Like you're saying something so dramatically different, right? And what do? Do they want you to think for yourselves or they want you to think like them? They want you to abide by their words, do their call to actions, you know, all this other crap. This is exactly what they want because they make you feel like you're a part of something. So if you're out there feeling alone or feeling, you know, isolated, don't worry. They're here to welcome you in with open arms. In reality, they would not piss on you if you were on fire in front of them. They don't care about you. Oh, but they do charity and they do good deeds because they're playing a part. They're checking a box. They're doing all this wonderful crap that they're supposed to do to make themselves look holier than thou. And, you know, 80% of them, everybody's a patriot. You know what? I think the ones that are patriots are the ones that have enough balls to go and stand up for themselves and actually put themselves out there for a cause greater than themselves, whether it's in the streets, whether it's, you know, active activism or those who knowingly and willingly enlist to serve their country or their community. I consider those people patriots, not these fake fucks that, you know, just sit there and they bitch to you for hours and they try to make you feel so special and enlightened. It's an insult to your intelligence. And maybe I'm more special because I have like a glowing halo around my giant head because of the virtual background. Maybe that makes me sanctified. That makes me a voice of reason, a wise man, right? But I see all these freaking people, right? And it's like, God, it just gets worse, right? You have Alex Jones fluffer out there. What's his nuts? Owen Schroyer, who literally looks like a cancer patient. He looks like he's dying. Okay. It's deranged little fucking nothing, like, sitting there like, oh, Donald Trump and the Jews and the Jews. It's like, it's still going on. Epstein, it's still going on. It's never enough. And why do they keep regurgitating these talking points? Because it's all they have. And they count on you being dumb enough not to see through them and to continue to blindly follow, just like Miss Egyptian space alien dumb bitch fucking, married into British money, the Gamergate whore, Candace Owens, like, oh, she's so special. Again, I feel like I have to reiterate these points. I don't personally think so. Not my type, so sorry. But Candace Owens, the only reason why you ever got attention was, one, because Alex Jones gave you a voice, which I don't even know why the hell he did that. But the only reason why you got recognized is because people thought you were attractive and black, and were like, oh, we need a token black woman in our movement. That's how people think. Or they thought you were hot. Sorry, I never did. But that's exactly why you're here. But then you get paid the money. You You were a freaking liberal, okay? And now you're up there with your bullshit. It's so disgusting. These people have an audience, and it's like their audience are the ones that you should. I know I try to preach, like, not even preach. God, that makes me hypocritical. I'm still on YouTube. Hollis, we're still on YouTube. I know. I'm shocked. Smash that like button and subscribe. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell to say because I never gave a shit. But anyway, but these people, like, literally, like, I want to preach like coming together, and preach like, finding the camaraderie of normal, like, sane people. But at the same time, maybe that's a little tired, a little passé at this point. Maybe you should excommunicate all their audience. Like, those people who follow them, it's time to move on. You don't need them in your life. So I say all this because it's hilarious. And you know how sometimes the best response is no response, because it just shows you how people literally, you're insignificant. You don't really matter. I'm not about the ego game. I'm sorry. I just don't have an ego. I'm just confident in what the hell we've built and what the hell we have and what we're doing and the fight that we're engaged in. And not for nothing, I've been doing this for a very long time and calling out truths at my own expense and now at our expense, with nothing to gain other than speaking truth to power. That's it. Right? And trying to help good people. But the good people are very hard to find. You do have the lobotomized masses that walk around like they're little putrid dumb fucks. Like, literally they just like lumber around like, oh, but I always get these wrong. This is bad. I really shouldn't try to say names of some people because I don't pay attention to them. Is it Juan 07 or whatever? One of those people on X that was like all big and Q and Trump, and that was like anti-Trump and anti-Q. I don't know if it's that one or one of the other ones, or I can't even keep track of these people because, and the reason why is because, let me just explain. They're not competition to me. No, in my world, they don't exist because I've always seen them as frauds. And I'm always going to see them as frauds. So their opinions, they're playing to the dumbest and lowest denominator of people. They consider you easily controllable, easily neutered, okay, by their version of the truth. But you just see so many. And it's like in the last couple of days, especially, it's been a great purging, right? Which is great. And I don't like to, well, I do. I don't like to talk shit about people publicly. It's funny. I'll talk what? Yeah. I'm being reminded. Don't name the names. Actually, I say that incorrectly. I will happily talk shit about the people that you know. Because again, I know them too for the most part, and I hate them. So I welcome that, like, one-on-one. So I will tell you how they really are, how they really act, how they really engage, and whatever, because I hate them. I don't care. They're fakes, they're frauds, and they disgust me. They do nothing for me, they do nothing for you. But the other people who you don't know, the ones that are like so phony and fraudulent, like it's great. You know what happens when you endure life? When life happens and things don't go fast enough for certain people, it's fantastic. The ones who have given you nothing want everything, and you're supposed to work for them. When you don't, right? They give you nothing, but things take time. Building a world, I mean, we reach 191 countries. We're in front of tens of millions of people, potentially out to billions now that we have our placement on all these OTT apps, right? And again, go to the website, VOPUSA Radio, if you want to learn more. I'm working on my pitches. How's it sounding? Good? And scan that QR code if you want to throw us $1. So, come on. Oh, or buy us a coffee. There you go. That's a shout out to my dad. He's mesmerized by the buy me a coffee thing. I personally don't understand it. But hey. But anyway, when you do what you do, and you do it from an honest place, and you're building something special, and it's not like we built this overnight. This took 2 years to be, turned to, I can't speak, to make it into what it is, right? The reach, the exposure, and the intricacies of what our network actually is and what it can do and what you're going to see it do and how you're going to see it continue to evolve. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice, especially from Hollis. So like, we're really talking 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wish I was exaggerating. I'm not. Like foregoing your life just to put everything in this, because and then you have people like, well, there's a lot of other conservative platforms that are over the top and doing things like this, and they don't have a lot of success. Well, all I can say to that is, don't you think we know that? We're not them, with no desire to be them. You see, the problem is people don't have a destination location to go to. This network, yes, you're going to have your politics channel, which is going to bring a lot of you in. Some of you are going to come into Politi-Shock, some to hate, some to enjoy, whatever. It has a music channel, education channel, holistic spirituality. It has everything. Arts, entertainment. It's going to have original series on it, actual shows. Like there's a lot of things that we're doing that are just broader than just the political sphere. So I'm so sorry that I don't want to be like everybody else. I've always said, first off, I wanted to do this for a very, very, very long time. Since 2006 is when I wanted it. And now it's actually here. And still, nobody quite gets it. They're still trying to beat that same dead horse, hoping for a different response. But knowing that people are dumb enough, maybe that's not nice to say, but let's call a spade. People are dumb enough to keep falling for it and keep subscribing and keep giving their money to the same tired bullshit. This network, yeah, Politi-Shock is the foundation of the radio stuff, not the activism, but the radio stuff. This network has nothing to do with Politi-Shock. What we are as a whole has nothing to do with Politi-Shock. Of course, it's going to be the exclusive home, and the decision has been made. We're going to have some friends picking up our shows, our other creators' shows, and putting it out there on their platforms and some more exposed reach, if you will. And that's going to be a pretty cool endeavor. But no, I think the decision has been made that Politi-Shock is going to stay right here, because not that it's so like whatever, it's so special. But let's face it, I'm an offensive prick, and also this is where it was born. And this is where it's going to stay. Yeah, you might see an explicit channel or something, and some people might get turned off when they see Politi-Shock. Well, I don't care, Look beyond your own biases. You listen to my old episodes. Like I said, I had Black Lives Matter on as freaking co-host, and it was epic. I told them off so bad, but then we had conversations and they realized the error of their ways. But my point for saying this is, I've been doing this for such a long time, and it's always been working towards building something unique like this, building something different like this. And that's what this is. People say, well, there's no shows that really cater to conservatives on, here, musicians or whatever. You know what? This is going to be a network that's going to cater to everyone. And it's just conservatives. But let's face it, it's always going to have that stigma. I'd like to call it the common sense crowd. People with a brain and people that could look beyond the bullshit and want something different. You can come here not just to hear 35 or 100 people just say the same words to you in different cadences and different. I'm going to read it from a script. I'm going to read it from a teleprompter. I'm going to be a hard news guy and read to you today's topics and all the boring shit that goes on. You're going to have variation. You know, you're going to have basically Hollis is bringing MTV back to life in her own way. And we're going to do. Jay said, I just saw that. Dan, what music are you going to have on your channel? That's a question for the boss woman, but we're going to have everything, you know, ASCAP licenses, BMI licenses. Like, we're going to play real stuff, you know. One day we'll show. We're going to have original documentaries, original series, like shows, comedy, like real stuff actually coming to you from this network. It's not because we had some infusion of millions of dollars. No, it's called we spent a long time doing this, saving up to get to this point to make it a reality. And it takes sacrifice, not sitting your fat, floppy, dirty ass behind a microphone saying, I know better than everybody, including the president. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. Buy my fucking gold. Buy my fucking silver. Buy my fucking my glazed tampons that come to you from Ethiopia. Like whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. This is something more. You see the problem, create a solution, right? This is something different. I didn't plan to do a whole freaking PSA for an hour, but you know what? It is what it is. And I don't care. Because there's so much other bullshit out there. So many other shows is doing the same crap. I'm just going to shoot it real with you. Like I said, next week you're going to have guests. And Hollis, am I being too loud? I'm good so far? Good. I know. Listen, hey, keep it real here, okay? Keep it very real. Got to make sure I don't get too loud and piss off some neighbors. For now. But anyway. But no, I feel like these things need to be said because, you know, I have to like explain it to people. And we've had some people where it's like, oh, well, this is a great fit for you. The studio will be a great fit, you know, so we could pay them $2,000 a month to rent the space. But, you know, and they love the concept. They love the arts, you know, the spirituality, you know, the music and all. They love all that. But what's with this Politi-Shock show? What's with this Politi-Shock show? It's a little offensive. You know, are we going to have people coming here threatening me? Are our patrons going to be in danger? You know what? You're a ballless pussy. Okay. And I thought from time to time, like, wow, even with my own network, you know, our own creation, are we going to have to do like something different? Like, still going to have to air Politi-Shock separately? No, because the days of putting ourselves last are over. We're also not going to put ourselves first, but we're going to make damn sure to take care of, we built it. This is our stuff. Deal with it. It's behind an explicit label. It may offend the softcore pussies out there, so deal with it. This show is not a definition, or does not define, if you will, the entirety of this network. And if you're too dumb to look past and actually go to the website and see what it is, you might see my ugly face all over the place. But you'll see a lot more Hollis too, which is a good thing. But you'll see Danielle. You see Josh's bald head. I mean, you'll see other faces. It's not just about me. Okay? But at the same time, I'm also not going to censor myself and remove myself from my own damn life's work. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm getting at here is it's not for conservatives. It's not for liberals. It's for people with true blue common sense and want something different and are big enough to actually be a part of something bigger than. So realistically, it's for conservatives with a brain. That's the nicest way to say it, because a majority of people out there are too freaking stupid to do that. But some will never look. Hollis, am I wrong? No? Thank you. Hollis is behind me. You can't see her. All you see is the black and the halo around me and me looking like I'm not looking directly at you, but I actually am. But oh, yeah. So that's right. So here, this is a good way to parlay into something, okay? Oh, I just seen this. I'm here because I love to deal with it. I love you, Joe. Wait, Dan, are you going to have candidates and incumbents from the list on? Yes. I've been meaning to do that for a while. It just never came to fruition because, the whole moving thing and like the whole uprooting life bullshit. So if that's going to happen, Jason and Danielle, it's perfect. Non-program programming. Yes, we're not trying to program you and make you think just like us and turn you into fucking zombies and insult your intelligence. Like, no, you know what? Yeah, we could use help. If you could donate, boom, donate. Wait, I'm pointing the wrong way. Wait, boom, there. Wait, I don't know. Do that. Donate. We never asked anybody for anything. Donate if you can. Every dollar goes literally into, well, you don't have a great marketing campaign. No shit, because advertising costs money. So thank you to the geniuses who want to tell us that and bestow your wisdom upon us while you want everything for free. Fuck you. Anyway. So what? Oh, yes. Anyway. And here. This is important. Travis and Charlene. Hi. And you mentioned gold. I had to check out one of them. They want 10,000 minimum just to get in. I don't have money tree growing out back, so it was a hard pass. Listen, it literally, Danielle might know a good one, honestly. And I don't mean to call you out there, Danielle, or TSOF podcast, State of Freedom podcast in the chat room. She might know of a good one. Everybody I've encountered, they fucking suck. And even if they were to offer us $10,000 to run our gold ads, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Nothing's worth whoring yourself out for just to get $1 to back something you don't believe in. It's going to take advantage of you. And it's disgusting. And they all do it. Anyway, so another thing that's relevant to what's going on in the world, like, listen, I still really can't name a Nicki Minaj song, okay? But you saw Nicki Minaj echoing what Roseanne said, calling out the shit in the music industry. And we're going to talk about that. We'll go down in the second hour. But this is perfect. This is where Hollis comes in. Somebody who, as I always say, is a survivor who left with her soul from the music industry. The music industry is evil and it's connected to politics no matter how they like to say that it isn't or it is or whatever. They're all intertwined. And what are you seeing now? A lot of people saying, even Bill Maher saying that, can we apologize to Q? Because all the stuff coming out about, baby farms, drinking blood and everything else from the Epstein files and everything else. So I guess it's commonplace now. Remember, you got to make the public want it. Anyway, so you're seeing all this crap. So the music industry is being exposed more than ever before. But Hollis is also dedicated with Voice of Freedom Records, not just his network, but Voice of Freedom kind of combined, is giving a place for musicians who have either escaped or don't want to subject themselves to the horrors of the music industry, a place to be heard, a place to be seen, a place to be accepted. Arts, music, these are relative, people. And some say, well, that's very liberal of you. No, it's called, back in the day before all this indoctrinating bullshit began, we were all able to enjoy music. We were all able to enjoy movies, media, things like that. We, even hell, growing up in the 90s, right? Like, I was born in 83, but growing up in the 90s, like, not like I walked around high school. Oh, that's the gay guy. I can't talk to this one. That's this one. That's the black person. I can't talk to that person. It was a little bit different. I mean, I know it was the era of Epstein, whore piece of shit who I hope dies 1,000 deaths slowly, Slick Willie, but still, it was a different time because they haven't really fired up the hardcore indoctrinating bullshit. But we used to find enjoyment in things. I don't know about you. I'm one of those people where I'll never watch a football game again. I won't listen to bands that I used to love because I know that they hate me. So fuck you. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to support you. There's things that I just won't do because it's insulting to myself, and we yearn, whether people want to admit this or not, we want some semblance of normalcy again. And like, oh, well, over the top, who's gonna stream things online? Who's gonna do this? Well, you know what? DirecTV, they suck. But DirecTV, the satellite, you know what they do now? Primarily, they stream online, right? So we're doing our own version of that. And again, it's not a place just for conservatives, but it's a place for people who have freaking common sense. And they want to actually see music from musicians that aren't going to insult their intelligence. And sure, inevitably, and if things line up nicely, I'm going to talk to some, well, hopefully Hollis will, but I'm probably going to have some on the show, like see if we could do that, get them on both shows, have them on with Hollis. have them on Politi-Shock. So you're going to see some artists that you've heard of before and names. Okay, it's inevitable. But also giving a place for real artists, for real musicians to be heard, to be seen, to be enjoyed by the public, all different genres. Also, alternative medicine, religion, all of this. We should have a place where people could go and have tons of options. You don't want to see me yelling at you with my interesting hello, then you can go catch a seminar, watch somebody else's live stream, watch, whatever it may be. We want to give you that option. That's what we're doing. You know what I mean? To try to bring back some semblance of normalcy in a world that is beyond batshit crazy, that everything that you see is designed to tear you apart and tear you away from yourself, from your friends, from God, from everything, any semblance of decency and normalcy. All right? It's not a shell game anymore, people. You are in the psyop. So now let's go back and backtrack a little bit here. I followed QAnon since the very beginning, like Anonymous, like I follow everything, right? I find it fascinating. But is it interesting now that you have mainstream people and again, Alex Jones now, and he was on with Liz Crokin the other day, having to now defend Q and everything else, which is so hilarious. Why? Because reading about the fetus, the fetal farming, the blood drinking, the cannibalism, all the stuff coming out in the Epstein files. Gee, what does that sound like? Please believe the counter psyop is well underway. And inevitably, the arrest or the takedowns, the Clintons announced today they're going to testify, by the way. That's rather interesting. I think it's hilarious. I think they should be publicly executed. But slow. But nevertheless, you're seeing all these things coming out. And for those who did follow, what did you used to read? That inevitably everything will be revealed and takedowns will happen, but the public has to be wanting it, wanting to see justice, wanting to see it crumble. Now I ask you, I'm not going on a pro-Q chant or rant or anything else, but I pay attention to everything. Are you going to deny what you see with your own eyes or read with your own eyes or what's being exposed? I mean, when we're talking about even on the commie networks like ABC and shit like that, briefly, of course, talking about, weird bloodletting and baby mill rituals going on with Epstein and all these people and the royal family of pedophile fucks. I mean, like, you see all this happening. What do you think's happening? Do you think it's a coincidence? All I can say is this. You need to pay more attention to what you see, to what you hear, and to what you feel versus what's regurgitated onto you every day by the same talking heads that haven't changed a damn thing, but they know how to dick ride. That's what makes them so uniquely special. One, they have money going in, and two, they know how to dick ride. That's what makes them special. That's it. It's time to separate yourself from the herd. All right? Now, I don't know if you want to call this a call to action, if you want to call this whatever. Maybe it's just time that I've always seen where this was going. I've always seen how this was going to be. And I think people have realized by this point that I don't care about the fakes. I don't care about the negative comments. I don't care about the threats. This is not going to stop. It's going to fire on all cylinders, a different level, if you will, because we're coming into some really important times, people. And there's a lot to get into, and there's a lot to dissect and break down. And we're going to do it. And we're going to go places. You hear people, oh, nobody's ever going to tell you this. Nobody's told you this before. Whatever. We're actually going to do that shit in a whole different way. Right? We're literally gaining more viewers as I'm sitting here just shooting the shit with you. Why? Because maybe some are there to laugh and make fun and share comments and shit. That's cool. but others maybe because they want something different. Thank you. Maybe because I'm not playing a video game, I'm not doing anything special to make you pay attention to me. I'm just keeping it real and shooting the shit. Sometimes it's just that simple. Sometimes people just want to hear something different. You know what I mean? I know I'm all over the place, but like you have to understand. Sunday nights are great, don't get me wrong. But there's so much I want to say and so much that I've held in and back. Not on the show because I have to, but there's like so many things I want to get into and so many things I want to talk about. But I'm going to do as I say today. I'm going to keep this a shorter show. Next week, full-fledged Politi-Shock. Deal with it. That's going to be a long one. And it's going to be fun. I promise you that. And real quick, let's see here. I'm looking at the comments for once. The best music was 80s music. Journey, REO, Speedwagon. You could actually understand the lyrics. I don't disagree with you. I'm guilty of, not guilty. I'm just gonna tell you. We usually play the golden oldies, like, I don't know, 19 hours a day. You know, like classic hits, like from the 60s, some 70s. We do that all the time. Now, obviously, I'm a heavy metal fan. I'm a Metallica fan, things like that. But the oldies were always better. So I'll give you the 80s too. I mean, a lot of the 80s didn't suck. I'm just going to say that. Anyway, there's so much, there's so much happening, and people need to really, just be cognizant of the fact that things are changing at a rapid pace. And Hollis, you have a comment here. You've been called out. Is Hollis going to talk about the Billy Corgan interview? She. Oh yeah, that's right. You knew Billy Corgan. That's right. Oh yeah. Well, she was around all those weird fuckers. Sorry, but Hollis said she's going to get to that. Well, wait, she's messaging you. Sorry, whatever. See, this is what I do, people. Sorry, I'm not as polished as Mr. 8K fucking high tech real America's voice there. Listen, I gotta ask the public at large, all right? My political hack friends, all right? One American News is virtually banned everywhere. You can see it online, everything else, right? And it looks like the same level as a Fox News. Newsmax, run by a scumbag who's part of the Clinton Global Initiative, but pretends to be super, super conservative. They don't look fantastic, but they look like Fox News like 10 years ago. And I hate Fox News, okay? Real America's Voice, why does it always look like grainy, like shot in the basement shit? Like sometimes, all right, maybe not tonight. I feel like my production quality is better. What's with that? Anybody else notice that? Hollis even noticed that. Real America's Voice kind of looks like real American shit. I'm just going to say. It's not impressive. It's like we're grainy, take it down to CCP. I know you've been taking down to CCP for the last fucking 30 years. I know you're taking down to CCP. Blah. Oh my god, fuck, that shit gets old. And no, I don't watch because quite honestly, the broadcast quality, it's offensive to my eyes. Kind of like when I look in the mirror. But no, it's just like what the fuck. Low rent shit. Anyway. Oh, the Guthrie kidnapping, psyop, or retaliation. I don't know. Could the Clintons be involved? Like, honestly, I have no idea, Danielle. It's kind of funny. And it's not funny. Like, the situation isn't funny. I apologize. No, I don't apologize. It is funny. But again, Trump being beyond nice to a scumbag, showing support, but it makes you wonder, right? The timing is awfully suspicious, isn't it? Anyway. So where are we at here? We're at 1 hour. It's time to play you guys something. If I could find it. So you're just going to have to deal with me doing this in real time because, hey, that's what you get here. All right. But seriously, like, there's so many things, right? There's so many things coming at you all at once right now that is anybody really taking the time to like break down everything like bit by bit by bit? I'm genuinely curious, you know, because whatever. I'm not even going to waste my time because we're just going to go into it next week, probably, you know, realistically, like really dig in because you have to. Because there's so much shit happening and I think people are missing it, but you're also purposely being distracted. You're purposely being led astray, if you will, or led a different direction, or that's where the shell game comes in because they don't want you to know about all the things actually going on and actually happening. So, I mean, it's just freaking nuts. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's freaking nuts. Like, but now, I guess the part that kind of, it doesn't make me happy. Doesn't make me happy. But you see, like, this heinous shit coming out or being exposed. And I'm genuinely grateful that people are at least having to have the hard conversations. And no longer, well, again, they're denying reality, yes, but they at least have no choice but to talk about it, to put their bullshit spin on it. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting time. Sorry, I was away from the comments for a second. Well, Fox News is freaking terrible. I mean, let's just be honest, Daniel. Fox News sucks. Like, listen. And I'm not just saying you need to come to VOP, you know, VOPUSARadio.com. Smash and subscribe. Wait a minute, that sounds wrong, right? Does that sound like something sexual? Smash and subscribe? Oh. I'm asking my producer in the back. the real boss is sitting in the corner. She's working as always. It's what she does. But like, I don't know. It's such a mind fuck right now. There's no other way to say it. I mean, when you really like, and again, like I said, I'm not like telling people like you need to get your truth speak or whatever, your conservative talk or your common sense conversations or whatever, only here at VOP. Insult your fucking intelligence. You're gonna watch what you're gonna watch. You're gonna want to see what you want to see. You're gonna go where you're gonna go, right? But I would invite you to come and at least see what has been built and where it's going. Yeah. But all your bastions of conservatism, all your places that welcome you, I like Newsmax over Fox. I'll show Fox. I'm going to go to the Clinton guy. You know, I'll show them. I'm going to go to this one. I'm show them. I'm going to go to this one. Like, stop being tribalized. How about that? Stop allowing yourselves to be used like pawns and puppets. You know what I mean? Like, move beyond that. The best thing I've ever done. One of the best things I've ever done. Well, all right, there's many. There's great things that I've done. All right. You just don't know about them. But really is distancing myself from the social media bullshit. Now, I hate social media. I'll be the first to admit it. Right? I hate it. X, I think, sucks. All of them. I like Getter, but Getter just, I never get to go on there because, quite honestly, I keep forgetting about it. And I love that Joe shares and like, I just appreciate you, man. But like, you know, I need to get back on there perhaps, but like, I can't stand all these platforms, you know? Well, I don't like X. I'm going to go to Getter. Well, I don't like Getter. I'm going to go to Parler. I don't like Parler. I'm going to go to Truth. I'm going to like Truth. I'm going to like, oh my God. Like, it's like move the fucking herd, you know, lead them, dangle something in front of them. Oh, I'm shinier. I'm better. I'm the patriot. We're back to this shit again. It's just, there needs to be this moment in time where you separate yourself from the masses. Okay. Because the masses are doing you no favors. They're not doing anything for you. They're not doing anything to move the ball forward. They're not doing anything to make this country better. They're not doing anything to save this country, to save the children, save the victims, save anybody. They're destroying it. Intentionally so, destroying this country. It's the worst. Listen, the left, I love that. The left, I'm not a lefty. I'm a righty. Again, you know, wait, I don't know how to do this on this camera with the way it is, but left and right there. Okay, whatever. 2 middle fingers. I don't know. I can't even see it. But anyway, Like, seriously, like, it's common sense. Real people. Be the nonconformist. Stop being told that it's like this imaginary line. No, both sides suck, because right now the conservative side, the Republican side, and I am one, they make the left look almost sane. And why do I say that? Because as your leftards are out there doing their bullshit, I'm still going to make fun of them, right? As they're out there, like, what's the fat dead lesbian's name? I was so sick of hearing that name. Good, whatever. And little fucking fairy fuck pussy that had a gun, but everybody thinks he's a hero nurse, but he's not. He's some scumbag piece of shit. I mean, listen, they're better off dead, okay? I mean, well, that's not nice to say, okay? That's not nice to say. We're better off with them dead because it saves us some tax dollars at the end of the day. Because damn well they're all sucking the system dry, all right? But I just wish what's-her-face Good could have taken the skinny anorexic drug addict, toothless, addled, STD addled little dyke thing with her when she got shot dead. That would have been okay with me. That's the other great American that the left loves, that put her cigarettes out on Renee Good's kids, and they took the kids from her. But these are heroes of the left, right? But anyway, we know what they are. They're sick, they're puppets, they're useless, they're lobotomized. And again, remember the great, how do I say this? The great explosion of zombie infatuation that started in the 90s and kept going and going and going. That was done for a reason. That was to numb you. That was to get you programmed. Zombies are cool. Zombies are cool, as they're literally zombifying you, whether it's the death shots, whether it's whatever. Like, they're literally, like, they have socially, technologically lobotomized you. Not you. Well, some of you listening, maybe. But, like, literally, you are exactly what they want you to be. So my point is, we know what they are. They're going to pull guns, hit cops, and they're going to get killed, and we're all going to celebrate because it's not nice to celebrate to take your life. The fuck it isn't. You know what? These people, fuck you. I'm happy you're dead. I don't care. These are scumbag people that wish us dead every 10 seconds, that want us to die, that want the worst things in the world to happen to us, threaten us, attack us, everything else. And we have to sit here, well, my heart's in, or whatever it is, like some prayers and thoughts, whatever the liberals bitch about all the time. No, I don't even give you that. Like, too bad you didn't die sooner. Probably could have saved some money. Like, honestly, I don't care when they die. And if anything, their fellow troglodytes should care, because it's just, they're thinning the herd. While your Nazis, or the literal Nazis, are pulling the strings, like, they're also killing you off, getting their population control and reduction. Reduction. But anyway, on the right, you have this disgusting establishment class that has lost its way, but they're so disingenuous. They're so fake. They're so fraudulent. They disgust me. They are all the ones in power to say the right things, pretend like they're on your side. They pretend like they're one of you. Good working class. But they're scum. They're millionaire scum. And they're the ones essentially causing all of us. Again, you have President Trump doing everything. You have Tulsi doing everything. You have RFK doing everything they can. And then it goes to Congress and Senate to die. And who has the majority? Republicans. Who had the majority when Trump was president the first time? Republicans. Who stopped him more than anybody else? Republicans. All right? They're fake. They suck. They also don't take Trump seriously. They're trying to wait him out, blah, 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 blah. But these are the same people that also go to great lengths, working hand in hand with their liberal friends in the media, and all the same evil people, because a lot of them are funded. The Koch brothers or the Soros of the right, okay? And they're all interfunded, all right? All these Heritage Foundation, Freedom Works, Koch, all these people, they're like literally all funded by the same people, all right? You need to understand that. If you look at the bloodlines, if you will, of the money, or the roots of the tree of where it all comes from, it's the same source. It's the same source. So they make it so, independent candidates never really have a chance. Not independent, like actual, independent but conservative, like I'm a Republican. I can tell you why I'm a Republican, but most Republicans in Congress and the Senate couldn't tell you why they're a Republican. I can. right? But if you're a Republican and not part of the system, they're going to shut you down. They're going to stop you. They're going to work with the left to make sure, they take you down, they take your job, they take your house, they take this, they threaten you, they bleed your bank accounts, have you arrested, do whatever the hell it is they do. It's what they do. And now people are like, well, that's not a conspiracy anymore. It's actually happening. No shit. No shit. They might let one or two sneak in every now and again. The only one that actually broke through that paradigm and shifted things as best he could was Trump. Because it took a billionaire to beat the billionaires. He's the only one. How many have we had since him? How many have we had, like him? Again, they'll let one or two come in just for shits and giggles. I mean, how's Marjorie Taylor Greene doing, everybody, huh? Everybody's favorite MAGA? I hated that dog-faced... no, that's not nice. I don't want to insult dogs. I hated that dog-faced bitch, but it works. I hated her from the beginning. I'll hate her every day. I hate Massey. I hate Rand Paul. I hate... What's his face? I hate Ted Cruz. I could do this all day. I hate Mike Lee. I hate all these people. Why do I hate them? Because they're fraudulent. They're scum. And they all work for the same evil that they espouse that they're against. Okay? Anyway, listen. It's time to take a break because I feel like I'm getting some heavy shit here and I'm just having like a shoot the shit conversation with you all, which I actually enjoy. Because if I were to sit here and go topic by topic of what's in the news right now, that's on Sunday nights. And I mean, we do that I think the Sunday night show is good. We do it in a fast way and we give our real opinions and we keep going. So that's the most I've ever done, I think, on like daily or weekly topics ever. I've never been about that, but this is more fun for me. But I want to play a video for you. I'm just going to upload it here real quick because I have my own producer. Don't forget that. We do it all ourselves. What was it? One time somebody said, have your producer make sure to show this during my interview or something. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Like, have your producer, like, damn, you entitled fucks you. You have producers? Oh. No, we do everything on our own here. Thank you. See, I can't do that one. So bear with me, friends. Bear with me. I'm going to play these videos for you because they deserve to be seen. And I'm proud of them. But it'll also it'll go back to what I was saying before about like
teen shows.
Whoops. You don't want to see that yet. It goes back to what I was saying before about what we're doing. Again, you can see Hollis's masterful work as well, but like also like what we're doing, where we're going, what we're offering, etc. That's what I'm trying to say here. And believe me, this is not me just like trying to like, check every box and do everything I'm supposed to do. This
teen
is me.
show slots are.
See, I keep doing that. This is me literally just wanting to show you something and having a hard time doing it in real time. Okay. Let's do the 2-minute one.
Been on Voice of the People USA radio and television network for broadcasters, artists, and creators ready to be seen and heard on a global stage. This is a rare chance to join a network at the forefront of independent media. VOP USA is a respected and credible independent network that has championed free speech and expression for nearly 2 decades. With millions of monthly listeners worldwide, it has built a global audience that values authentic, mission-driven content. Now, with the launch of its brand new streaming platform and television network, VOP USA broadcasts to 191 countries and is accessible on Roku TV, Fire TV, Android TV, the mobile apps, and the web. To mark this expansion, the network is inviting all creators, from podcasters and musicians to political commentators and spiritual leaders who are creating original, engaging content to establish a presence on a legitimate platform, an alternative to oversaturated, algorithm-driven social media. Our network is the first streaming network backed by creators, not big tech, not millionaires, not special interests. It's a people-powered platform where independent voices thrive without censorship, agendas, or pay-to-play influence. Creators on the network can stream live shows, showcase on-demand content, promote their products and brands, pay-per-view events, and so much more, all while retaining 100% ownership of their content and profits. For creators who refuse to be buried by algorithmic suppression, censorship, and crowded social feeds, we provide visibility, legitimacy, and a new home for work that deserves to be seen and heard. First Wave creators will secure premium positioning on the network, lock in lifetime rates, and gain priority access to new features as the network continues to expand. For the first year, the network will be free for viewers, removing barriers and allowing audiences to discover your work without restriction. This is true independence, an opportunity to be seen, heard, and positioned at the forefront of a new media movement. To learn more, view our packages and pricing, or apply now, click the link below or visit VOPUSARadio.com and click Join the Network.
There. Oh, wait, I removed myself. It's been a while. All right. So we're constantly evolving. And look at that shit. Like, that's freaking awesome. Like, Hollis created that, no? Like, this is what legit looks like in a different way. That's not, finesse with other people's money and expectations and wanting you to do this and you're beholden to them. We're beholden to nobody. That's why, if you would be so kind, go to our lovely little QR code with the weird looking, like, lobotomized bird in the middle, and you could go there and actually donate to us. But it's interesting because we're literally like, a lot of people say, oh, we're created by the independents. We're for independent. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is what it looks like. All right. And there's so many people. And here's the other part that pisses me off. And I know I'm all over the place, but listen, this is my talk therapy session, as I said to you earlier. Okay. So next week, you're going to get full-fledged Politi-Shock. This is just me having a let's shoot the shit. All right. And like talk like old friends, even though half you watching hate me. Anyway, so you have so many people doing the same thing, right? And they all bitch about the same thing. We can't get any traction. We can't do this. We can't do that. Well, we're going to stay on our Rumble. We're on Rumble right now. And Charlene, I saw your comment earlier, actually. I seen it. I don't know where it was, but that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not going to be on social media anymore. We're going to come off of social media inevitably. If you want to watch it, maybe I'll put it up there like 3 days later, this show, other shows, etc. We are going to be on our OTT apps, on the website, on our apps. That's it. Because I'm done feeding the beast, if you will. But Rumble is the place. I'm going to keep doing my show on Rumble. I'm going to pay $25 or $100 every month so I could say, I'm free. And then I'm going to get noticed and I'm going to make $30 a month as long as I use the Rumble Live Studio. Because now if I don't use them and read their ads or put their ads into the description, I'm not going to get paid for Rumble anymore like I used to. Oh, they don't talk about that, do they? Oh, how dare we speak ill of Rumble. Rumble is the best of the worst, but it's still founded by a multi-mega millionaire who is part of the PayPal mafia. Look at it. And if you don't believe me, just research Chris Gleason. The man is a legend, and he inevitably has many videos out there explaining it all. Or go back to our Politi-Shock with Chris Gleason, where he'll tell you all about it. All right? And these aren't just thoughts. This is verifiable truth. Because that's what we do here. So what are we going to do? Like, put on another social media. Oh, we're going to stick to YouTube and Rumble. Great. What do you think? You're going to be discovered? Do you think you're going to get paid? Oh, Rumble's different. Rumble's for us, except they're paying my favorite host like $10 million a year or $2 million an episode or $40 million a year. What's that guy, that Dr. something? I don't even know his name. Dr. Terrible or some weird looking. He looks like a Freddie Mercury cosplayer, pedophile. He's some kind of gamer guy, and Rumble like what $30-40 million to have him come and have other people watch him play his video games. I mean, teacher, if that's your thing, great. I don't understand that. Like, playing video games live streaming them so you could all see me playing the video game. I don't understand that personally, but again, teach their own. But if Rumble is paying out all that money, but then creators, they don't tell you that, right? We used to be able to get money off of people subscribing or whatever it was. You get paid like a little percentage. Like we had like 7 or 8 shows consistently, over 110,000, 115,000 people that watched a show. And then we made like, $12 off of that. All right. And then after you hit the $50 threshold, they pay out. So Rumble paid out, I think one time like $121 to us. Then it was like $75. Then it was like $56 they paid to us. I think that was about it. Right. Now it's like, oh, well, at least it's something, because, we're used to getting exactly nothing. Now we currently have like $45 that we've accumulated on our Rumble channel. But we can't get that money unless we stream live exclusively from the shitty Rumble screen. Like that's like their 4th grade version of StreamYard, which I'm using StreamYard. I think StreamYard sucks, but I'm using StreamYard right now. Yeah. You have to pay $25 a month with the hopes that you'll get maybe $25 every 2 months or 50, and use their streaming platform, which sucks, and bake in their advertisements to get the same money that you got before. Okay? So there's the truth about the almighty Rumble. That's also fantastic. It's a place for free speakers. Right. Sure. It's oh so fantastic. All right. What will be the next social media experiment that we can fucking like jerk off to? Ooh, this is the one. This is the one. This is going to save us. My old time listeners, remember Haps.tv? Haps, H-A-P-P-S. I used to call it Craps. They invited us to be on. We had like fucking like 69,000 or 29,000 subscribers in the first 10 minutes. We had all these people. You actually made money on it. Like people could like send little stupid emoji things. I know it's a thing. I'll never understand it. But people would be able to hit a button and send like a coin or something like that. Destructor! Holy shit. Sorry. I haven't seen my favorite little Canadian in a very long time. What's up, Destructor? You remember Craps. Sorry, he's in the chat room. See, I used to enjoy doing wrestling shows, actually. Believe it or not. Doing shows talking about wrestling and other shit. And people are like, you can't talk about that. You're the politics guy. No shit. I actually have other interests, right? Woo. But anyway, so Craps was interesting because you could at least make some money when people would hit these things and they would give you the money. And they had a good thing. It wasn't the best in performance, but at least you made something for it. That folded in like 8 months because, once it hit a certain number and one of the partners wanted more money and wanted this and that, whatever. So it, of course, it went away, right? And now it's like everybody says, go to TikTok. No. I swear to God, on TikTok, I'm pre-banned, okay? One, they're like, I don't know how to say. Listen, you all, if you know me, I hate TikTok. I've seen more of TikTok in the last like 2 months than I've seen probably my entire life. But I don't know. It's just not my thing. But my point for bringing that up is like, it caters to especially the TikTok political thing, because as far as I know, mostly everything's still banned on there. But, again, we got to do something that's only going to be like 20 seconds and capture your attention. Learn the art of the hook, because we're speaking to people who are obviously incapable of having, coherent thoughts, or actually be enticed by intellectual depth or, conversation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We can't have that, right? So my point for bringing that up is people want to sit there and they want to wait for the next social media network to save us. X is going to be the godsend. How's that working out for you? Huh? X is so great. Who makes the money? The people with money. Imagine that. Oh, I'm shocked. Oh, my God. If you only pay $800 a month for your check mark, maybe then you'll make the money. Oh, but you're still not one of the people who has money, so you don't make money. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our apps, our website, our Roku channels and Fire TV channels. And I'm no big fan of Amazon or Roku or anything else either, but we broke in and we're there. We're on Apple TV. We're on all these things, but we're going to push that. I'm done telling people, watch us on Twitch. I stopped saying it years ago, because realistically, we're on about, 62 social media platforms and about 710, 720 somewhere. And I'm not even exaggerating this time, on various platforms all over the world right now. And those are long-term partners of people that have put my stream out there and everything else. So we're all over the place. Okay. Done waiting for a savior, done waiting for the perfect platform to come along. This is perfect to us because you know what? We freaking built it. It took a lot of time to put in. So, but even though some ones like this, your fake ass network, the people who put down those who actually do, in this case, literally, I'm not even going to say his name because the best thing to do is even mention their name. It's kind of funny. Structor knows how I roll. Somebody, wanted a free ride, wanted a free slot in the network, and you didn't get back to me in time, and you strung us along. No, we never wanted you in the first place, and we never promised you jack shit. But still, they're like, oh, well, your fake ass network, it may be successful, and you may be onto something, but your fake ass network because, wow, how dare you insult these two people who you've never heard of before, and you make us pay. Actually, I said you can either pay to be on, like other broadcasters are going to do inevitably, or you can give something of equal trade, like in other words, a partnership. Like you want to air our stuff or whatever it may be. It's not good. You insult the intelligence of little people, little small. Probably isn't any. Probably has breathe in some pepper to sneeze and catch it with tweezers to jerk off. One of those types. So this little anorexic putrid looking fucking douche, literally sit there and says fake ass network. I love when people I want to express this sincerely from the bottom of my heart. When you attack us, honestly, it makes me happy because I know I'm under your skin without ever having to be under your skin or even ever have to try to be under your skin. Because, yeah, it takes a long time. Yeah, we don't have the flashy freaking TV ads. But you know what? We're still fucking here. And for what it's worth, the whole world knows who the hell we are. We're heard by millions of people. Yeah, we have the big name guest on as well. So at the end of the day, even that doesn't matter because we have this and nobody owns us. And we're able to put out a product that you wanted to be on, but when you might have to contribute $1 or actually do something and lift a finger instead of us just bowing down and sucking your ass, you don't like that because you're a petty, nothing, lowly, useless individual. So, but that's what these loser types are. They're parasites, right? They're like the ones that grow inside the shit piles that stay on the ground too long. That's exactly what they are. We're doing the world a favor and not introducing you to them. This will be free of parasitic douchebags. Imagine that. And you'll be able to comment on the website and the apps. We have a chat room. That's something that's a work in progress still of kind of ironing that out, Jason. But yes. And we're working on a couple things, and you're going to see the network continue to evolve. Quite frankly, let's not bullshit you. As we could afford to do more, we're going to do more. Bottom line, But yeah, you're going to have a way to do that, and we're not going to need any other platform. We're not going to need anybody else. Not going to. Oh, please notice us, Rumble. Please notice us, YouTube. Fuck that shit. You want to chase an algorithm like a dog chases its tail? Actually, I don't like insulting dogs. I like dogs. But if you want to do that shit, fucking do it. Fucking do it. Have at it. Do it the best you can. And just pray that you could be more like somebody else than somebody else can. And maybe you get a few hundred or thousand people that watch your video and you think you're something special. We don't care about that. We care about content. We care about truth. We care about diversity of content. Something different. Deal with it. And if you can't and you don't like it, fuck off and stay away from us because we don't want you. Change comes from within, not from some savior. Amen, Destructor. Could not agree more. Guys, like, I gotta get you back on the show one day because we used to have some fun conversations with Destructor would come on. He's an interesting cat, and a lot of this audience probably doesn't know you. Some of the old heads will, but you were always a good time. I missed you, brother. But yeah. So the point is like, you know what? What validates us is knowing that we did something with honest intent. We've sacrificed for it. We've put time and effort into it. And now it's here. And now we're able to offer that to people who take it seriously. We're not going to take some freaking hand job that just wants something because, well, don't you know who I am? Well, don't you know I'm the guy who doesn't give a fuck who you are? Sorry. That goes for Hollis too. We don't care who you are. If you approach us with that, we're going to hate you. And the question is, will I bite my tongue and just be nice in the moment? Or will I tell you that I hate you? I don't know. That's a risk. It's a chance. So anyway, I'm proud of what we have and I'm proud of what we're doing. And it's pretty freaking badass. That's all I got to say about that. All right. So be prepared to see a lot of evolutions, a lot of changes, but it really comes down to all of you helping. And I'm going to ask that. I'm going to be that guy. Like, hey, I keep turning my head the opposite way because I'm seeing it one way. It's really a mind fuck. It's good though. I need to work out. So just move my head around a lot, you know. But no, it's going to rely on a lot of you helping as well. Spread the word, share the apps, you know, share our shows from the website, from the apps. You can't share it on, you know, from Roku, whatever the hell it may be, but it's going to be word of mouth. Yeah. Tens of millions of people know who the hell we are and everything else. That's going to help too. But the days of us being the doormats for those who think that they're royalty, you know, we never intended to be doormats for anybody. It's not how we roll. But so many people come on and take advantage. Well, we're done being taken advantage of because we do things from our heart with good intention. And in return, we're met by shitty people. So those days are over. This is for all of you. This is for us. We're just honest about it. This is for us first. This is for us. Okay? And when I say this is for us to put our content out there, for us to make our dream and our vision become a reality, which it has, but also for us because we want to give a platform to people who are doing it for the right reasons, who are serious, who actually have a message, have a song, have art, have, you know, freaking want to preach, you know, educate people, you know, alternative medicine, whatever it may be. This is going to be a place, you know, musicians, like there's so many things we're going to do. It's so cool that we have so many opportunities to do them, but we're going to be a hub for it all. So when I say it's for us, it's for you, but we're doing it the right way. We're not going to let it be flooded by assholes. And that's it. It's bottom line. All right. So thank you. My passion never dies. And you're seeing you're seeing a watered down version right now, Destructor, okay? Because this is, next week will be proper Politi-Shock. But thank you, brother. No, I am passionate. And listen, our view count keeps going up. So I'm sure on Rumble we have about 10 people watching though, right? I don't know. Hollis is going to check for me. I love her. You know, that's usually how it goes. Rumble, you know, well, Rumble's the place, yeah. Unless they're getting pushed by a freaking editor at Rumble. Here, let the cat out of the bag a little bit more, okay? So the only reason why we were featured on Rumble is because of a publicist friend who actually took a liking to us and helped get us guests. You know, we made no money from it. We also couldn't pay her because we couldn't afford it because our money goes into this. But she connected us with somebody at Rumble who would love to get us advertising, but can't find us advertising, but he would feature our shows because he believed in what we're doing. How many people on Rumble? 7 people. Whoa, fuck. I said 10. Oh my God. You know? So like, that's why we would get featured. But then that same person, though a nice guy, and I don't dislike him at all, but he's now dealing with only the big names, you know, the big influencer class, because influencers are the way. influencers are going to influence you to freedom. Influencers are going to influence children being freed from baby mills, from sex trafficking, and free the women, because the influencers will save America. I can't say this enough. You've heard me say it, and you're going to always hear me say it. If you are an influencer, there might be an exception, so I'll give you that. I fucking hate you. You sicken me. You're a useful fucking idiot. You're doing things for the intent of gaining popularity via likes and clicks and bullshit to fill an empty void inside of you, and you think you're something because fake fucking people pretend that you are something. And then you get paid money to be that person. That's not from a place of jealousy. No. Listen, we went through those feels. Should I take the money when I was 23? No, fuck you. We didn't take the money, right? But like, it comes from a place of, I see you for what you are. And you're either a knowing piece of shit, or you're an unknowing piece of shit who's too dumb to realize you're being used. Okay? Influence farming. No. We're not going to pay influencers to do ad reads. You know, in our network, we have a whole advertising, system built into this as well, where no third party companies, decent ones, people want to advertise on our network because, we actually are, 24/7 stream worldwide, and we have like all the multiple channels, and people, it would be like Netflix or Hulu, right? That's what it's going to resemble. That's what it does resemble. So they're paying us directly. No third party bullshit, no nothing else. We're going to do it in a real way, a real sense of decency, not just, we need some influencer to read our commercial for our network, and if we just pay them $10,000, this exists. And I'm not even talking about the TikTok fucktards. I'm talking about literal conservative influencers that will charge you $10,000 for a 30-second ad read. But they're for the people. Don't you forget it. For the people. Do you have $10,000 up for a 30-second ad read? If so, can you please donate $10 to our little QR code thing with our sexy little zombie bird in the bit? Scan it, give us money. The truth is no. We are the evolution of that shit. Yeah, maybe I had the idea long before it became a thing. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you were, what you did, or what you said, or anything else. No, all that matters is what's currently happening and where is it going. We were forward thinking. So consider this the evolution, the next stage, next phase. Because fuck this being owned by everybody. But these people online, like literally, like it's disgusting. It's taken away the authenticity. But was it even ever there? Because as I've said before, I've been banned since MySpace. They never wanted authentic voices to utilize these platforms, these PSYOP control bullshit platforms, ever. So it's always a control quadrant, right? I say quadrant because quadrant refers to certain types of terminology. Terminology also utilized with the CIA, which goes into social deprogramming, social programming, and social farming. Have you heard of such a thing? Well, that comes from CIA files from 1974. And was social media big in 1974? Well, I wasn't alive, but I can assure you, no one even knew what the hell it was, but the CIA did. Figure that out. So again, this is all war game, pre-planned for years, for decades, for everything. Okay? So bottom line. Hollis, did you send that? The commercial? Oh, you get to see me talk to Hollis in real life. And listen, remember, I didn't look. So I'm a complete schmuck. Hang on one second, people. And by the way, for those who ask, because there's always inevitably somebody who's going to ask, Aftershock will be returning as well. Right, Hollis? Okay. Okay, let's see. I think I accidentally X'd out of that email. So you all get to watch me go into my email in real time and download something so I could play for you. Because it's perfect. And I think I caught that. Oh, hang on. I might actually have that one. Is that the one I did a long time ago, Alice? And Destructor, you're so true. It's so hard to be real because even the people who act real, they're literally being coached and trained how to come across as real and authentic. Like, you see what I've done for the last hour and 39 minutes? No script, no nothing. I've been substance. I can't say the word. I've given you substance while just shooting the shit with you like we would on the phone. Okay? Something completely different. Unlike the other show out there. But these people, they're literally taught. They're taught how to come across as real. Like, something's really sick about that, you know? Like, something is like genuinely fucked up there. You have to be taught how to be real, taught how to be authentic. Like, it's just fucking twisted. I didn't want to curse this episode, but you knew it was going to happen, so deal with it. Because, and I'm not cursing for the sake of cursing. I'm cursing just because this comes out because people are freaking stupid, man. Anyway, I think I found that I got the video. Hang on. It's very appropriate for what we're talking about. Some of you may have seen it before, but I guarantee a lot of you haven't. So don't look.
Coffee.
Hold on, people. Let me do this.
Gold, silver.
Wait. Here we go. Let's back it up.
Coffee, gold, silver, supplements. Oh yeah. Nothing says fighting tyranny and the globalist like a 10% off promo code. Meanwhile, your favorite influencers are busy jet-setting to galas and balls for 20G a pop, selling you miracle powders and apocalyptic backpacks. While we're over here in the trenches, armed with nothing but a mic, a busted laptop, and a Wi-Fi connection that's one angry squirrel away from collapse. Look, selling truth doesn't come with a brand deal or a yacht party invite. It comes with demonetization, shadow bans, and wondering if PayPal's about to accidentally freeze our account. No corporate sponsors, no billionaire backers, or checks from George Soros. Just unfiltered truth. So if you want to help us keep doing what they wish we'd stop doing, throw a few bucks in a tip jar. Because while they're busy selling you miracle water bottles that promise to make you enlightened, we're over here lifting the heavy weight of reality. So smash that donate button. Let's show the world truth doesn't need a filter or a fake tan. It just needs people who are fed up with the BS. Oh, and don't forget, use our promo code TRUTH for 10% off our upcoming end of the world spandex thong. Coming soon, because why not save the world with style, right?
Listen, I enjoy that one. And if you don't, screw you. I do. Okay? It's appropriate. That's what they do, right? Every day it's what they gotta like bombard you with bullshit to try to entice you, give you something literally flashy. And then what I love is and if whatever code, now, I know I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite here, but hey, at least I'm honest about it, right? Whatever that was a base ad, bro. Thank you, Destructor. Like whatever link Danielle put in the chat room, that's probably like your only decent one. Travis, Charlene, anybody actually looking for gold. Because she's going to sort the ones that are bullshit and honest. Just FYI. You don't see any promo codes for us for that kind of stuff because you know my thoughts. But if there's a good one out there, Danielle will be the one to source it and find it because she's an actual honest arbiter. But anyway, but it's like, I like when they have the people on. This is exciting, right? I mean, what's more exciting than watching my ass sit here and just bullshit with you for 2 hours, right? But like literally, they'll have the person from the gold company come on the show. Let me tell you about the exciting happenings in the world of gold and silver and precious metals. So right now, we're seeing an economic boom. And if you invest your time and your whole paycheck and your pension, then you too can be a part of this. Oh my God, it's like, fucking please shut up. God, it is painful. People ask me all the time, like, what shows do you watch? Nobody. All right, like I watch shit on a platform. That's different. That's shit. See, I'm always going to be offensive, even to people I like. It's true. I have enjoyed. Like, listen, like this is going to sound strange, right? The Dan Bongino stuff has been entertaining as shit. I ain't know how to take him for a while, and people have different stories, everything else. But him coming out and attacking the black pillars and the doom, like all that, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Yes, he's getting paid tens of millions of dollars, everything else, but you know, everybody says he's going to be a watered down version. He's not going to be the same Dan Bongino when he comes out because he can't be. I think he's doing pretty good. Now, am I watching the whole show? No, I'm not going to lie. I'm not. Nothing really loops me and catches me because, well, what can I say? I'm old and bitter. But like literally, like I like that he's attacking these people because, quite frankly, we have a bigger mission. It's called saving this country, but you get there by absolutely eviscerating the fakes and the frauds out there. And boom, yes. I couldn't agree more. Black pillars do need a reality check of mine. Yes. I could not agree more. And that's why I like the Dilly meme team. You know, we shared each other's shit before and, you know, for better or for worse, but I like, now, again, I could be that guy and say, oh, so be mean and say things that are controversial. But you know what? Whatever. When people attack you, attack 1,000 times harder and just eviscerate them. Because sometimes, like the insignificant nothings that want to be like the next Joe Rogan, those are nobody nothings and they're funny. Like they don't even exist in our world. So you can just mock them, never say their name and give them the attention they so desperately seek because that's just fun. Those are the nothing. Yeah, those are the parasites, right? So that's why, and Destructor knows me from back in the day. Like even when people would come and they leave and they talk shit, they like so desperately wanted us to like say their name. No, because one, you're beneath me. That's like swinging down. But like these other ones out there, like your Candaces and your little anorexic Mexican Nazi faggot Nick Fuentes and all these are little weird freaking douchebags. Like all that, they deserve to be mocked because they have millions and they're gaining millions and they're embarrassing. They're a parody of themselves. So you know what? Attack them hard. Yes. Why the hell not? So now, like, I'm all over the place here. You get to see me scratch my ear in real time. I'm gonna try to be honest here. You know? Oh yeah, Nick Fuentes. I hate him. His nasally little voice. It's like his boyfriend pinched his nose too hard while he's giving him head. Oh. You know, like that's how he talks. Like, hey, yeah. Like you look at the guy, like he's gonna lead you in the fight. He must be a patriot too. He's a patriot. He found the Jew hiding under your bed. Oh, and guess what, friends? I'm not Jewish. Oh my God, but I don't spend all day talking about the Jews. Now, you want to talk about the Mossad being one of the most evil entities ever created by man, or Satan himself, we could do that all day. And, you know, the Israeli intelligence state and the CIA and the American intelligence state and the globalists and everything else and the Vatican being the heart of all evil. Well, I'll do that all the time, always. But you know, these other people say things for the sole intention of getting, getting what they want. All right. I don't know what the fuck happened to Tucker Carlson, but whatever. He kind of laughs like a bitch too, you know? He has insulted the bitches. But I digress. So now we have, in this day and age, again, Nicki Minaj, who I was happy to find out does not sing the song WAP. I could say that because I'm half Italian. And WAP doesn't mean that. I know my Ebonicidal slang enough to know that. Now, I've never heard the song Wet Ass, you know, but she's not the one who sang it. Apparently that was oh God, is it thee or duh? Do you remember, Hollis? Damn. Well, it's either Megan D or Megan thee or Megan Duh Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, Megan the male horse. Remember that. So maybe they're trying to tell you something. But anyway, so Nicki Minaj, who again, I can't name a single solitary song she's ever made, but shout out to her. You know, kudos to her for literally, she has gotten more Republican voters. Oh, wait. Oh, so sorry. Registering voters. Cardi B did that song. Oh, thank you, Destructor. I knew you'd be down with the times. Cardi B. Whatever the fuck that is. Okay, so it wasn't Megan the male horse. Anyway. Oh, by the way, Jay-Z is a pedophile, rapist, demonic scumbag, blood drinking piece of shit demon. Felt like I had to say that. What was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Oh, no, I moved on from the Megan Thee Stallion. So when I talk about registering voters, now, first, excuse me, just like I must, attack Jews as part of the religion of the America Only First, America whatever movement, because they're the heroes. And but I brought up registering voters, specifically Republicans. So allow me to move my microphone, drop to my knees, and bow down and say, "Oh, Scott Presler, we love you, Scott Presler. You are a god. You are a fairy amongst men. You are the hero. You have single-handedly saved the Republican Party in America. Oh, Scott Presler. Oh, Scott Presler." There, have I paid my homage to the guy who just made like $20 million by some company, and you never hear jack shit from him anymore because NBA already had money and his CIA daddy and everything else. But we had Scott Presler on the show, though, but then... Oh, yeah, Scott Presler's going to save Maine, too, but they realize Maine's not worth it. I mean, can't blame him there. But, so I got to hail Scott Presler, though. So, hail Scott Presler. Oh, bow to Scott Presler. I had Brian Ferencz on the show, who does not like Scott Presler and exposes all the deep state connections with Scott Presler, his father, the CIA, the intelligence operation, the multiple houses, the money, and everything else. And that's it. I said, I'll have everybody on the show, right? We'll have conversations. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing for 20 fucking years. But then Scott Presler blocked me on social media. I even said, well, I didn't attack Scott at all during that show. I said, I'd love to have him come on and have a conversation with you and speak to these things. But no, we can't have that, can we? So I was blocked by the Presler army, I guess. Whatever. So, truth be told, fucking... what's her face? Nicki Minaj has registered more Republicans in the last week than any of your favorite conservative influencer has in like the last 10 years. Okay. How's that one sting? Huh? Does that burn a little bit? That's a bitch. I mean, and again, I can't say I'm a fan of her music. I listen to metal. But kudos to her. At least she's speaking out. I mean, that's good. I like to have her on a show being interviewed, or, vice versa, with Hollis, because they probably have a lot of shit they could talk about, music industry all day and the evils, right? But yeah, look on that one. Nicki Minaj has done more to register more Republican voters than all your favorite conservative heroes who have taken in hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh, but Scott Presler, he works so hard everywhere he goes. He buys a house and he's given free vehicles and getting all this money, but he works so hard. Well, if your only job is to go around and glory whore and be a little political whore for fucking cameras and microphones and people around, wouldn't you? If you're getting millions of dollars in free houses and free cars and everything else, oh, wow, what a hero. That must make me not a real conservative to say that. Oh. The good thing is, when you're like me, I'm 43 now. And thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm 43, so I'm like that grizzled veteran, that grizzled old man that could say, fuck you. I've earned the right to hate you all accordingly and call you out. Because, again, I don't care if you're like me. You bring nothing. But I say this, if Nick Fuentes worked out at the gym like how he hates Jews, he would be super jacked. Yeah, he's too busy of like little old ladies coming to his house threatening to kill him or something. Like, dude, at least I had La Raza and the Latin Kings come to my place in Hazelton, Pennsylvania outside with guns wanting to kill me. So I pulled out my guns and the cops all swooped in. It was great. It was really cool. The Standard Speaker in Hazelton, Pennsylvania actually covered that story. Kudos to them. You have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Now that is fun. That's before it was cool to be, I was swatted. Oh my God. Anyway, my reason for bringing this up is to go back to what Jason brought up and to what Travis and Charlene are saying. Yes, I want to get Reagan back on the show. I enjoyed our conversation with Reagan, but I really want to make good and try to get these candidates on because let's face it, the best candidates are the ones that you're not hearing about. And I've been wanting to be a place for them for a very long time, but life situations, everything else gets in the way. But no, we're here for them. So now I'm going to actually start seriously doing that and dedicating either a chunk of time, slot of time, or whatever, whatever it's going to be. But we're going to make time for this. So yeah, if we can get Reagan, and I could text her too. I know I have her number. Get her on before the election of March 10th. March 10th, is it? Yep, March 10th. Then I'm going to make that happen. Because she's a cool person and she's doing the right thing. And, maybe Georgia actually wants to be represented by somebody who isn't a fake, disgusting adulterer whore who came from money and made more money. And now she's a little horse-faced View's favorite puppet like Marjorie Taylor Greene. But anyway, so yeah, that is a goal. Yeah, well, I like this one too. Forget Scott Presler. At the moment, are you aware that only 20% voters show up for primaries? We have everything on the line in less than 9 months to turn us around. Yep. So true. And I really want to put this out there. Like Republicans, conservatives, you have the holier than thou ones, the gatekeepers, like to bash well, look at these Maha people. They're not real conservatives. Or look at these ghetto people. Now they're saying they're conservatives. They're not real conservatives. You know what? They're the ones that actually come out and vote. The rest of you sit on your ass and you sit there and either try to pray the evil away or you fucking criticize those who actually do more than you do. But you like to go and virtue signal online like a fucking libtard and act like you do so much when in reality, you're obviously not voting. You're not coming out and voting because we're losing elections because you're sitting on your ass. I love it. The truth is in the numbers. All right. So we need to mobilize real people and stop focusing on these bases and stop focusing on any of this other bullshit. We need to mobilize real people. And my belief is, I don't want to be mean. Actually, no, I'm not going to go Nicki Minaj. Yeah, her audience brain dead because obviously over 1 million of them, they're following her and registering Republican and everything else. So they must have a shred of common sense, or they're just good followers, whatever. But if anybody can actually bring them out to vote, it's probably that one. Go figure. Because the same old methodologies obviously aren't working. So you need to understand, everything is rigged against you. Everything is done to suppress your vote. Why are we even having a debate about passing the SAFE Act in Congress and the Senate, right? Well, Democrats don't want voter ID. The Democrats don't want it. It's the Democrats that are against it. It's the Democrats, but it's the Republicans who have the majority in the House and Senate and who aren't passing it. Oh, but they don't want to nuke the filibuster. I'm going to change up my wording here because I'm going to try to be optimistic. But if the Democrats take back control of the Senate and the House, that filibuster will be gone within 30 seconds. And then you only have yourselves to blame. And the ones who don't want to nuke the filibuster, they are your rhino scum. Well, we have to get the whole GOP voting block, and we can't rely on Rand Paul. I hate that frizzy-haired douchebag. He looks like a fucking retarded elf. He looks like a retarded version of the Keebler elf, just a little bit taller. I hate him. I've always hated him. He was the one that got attacked by the protesters where I was hoping they would hurt him more. All right. But those little soft, cuck little douchebags, they can't hit it worth a damn. But, and Massey. But in the Senate, though, Susan Collins, now listen, this one hits a little close to home. people talking about Susan Collins now, and I'm getting a lot of people online saying that, Dan, you were right. You were calling this out as, elected officials, correction officers, cops, one judge, and tons of other state officials are actually getting arrested or getting charged in the state of Maine. Because again, Maine is your heart of the deep state. And people are saying that Dan was right, and we're going to write your name in because I am still a candidate for Senate against Susan Collins, her first ever primary challenge. I'm still am. I have not given up yet because I'm still a homeowner in Maine. I'm living in Ohio now, but I'm still a homeowner in Maine. And guess what? That still counts. Bitch, use their tactics against him, right? I'm saying, write me in. Go ahead. But you're getting all these people now saying that, oh, Dan was right. Dan called us out. Dan called us out. Dan called us out. Yeah, well, you know what? Thank you. And if you actually pay attention, I don't want to be told I'm right. I want you to do something about it. Stop coddling to these pieces of shit and start attacking them. Not physically, but go after what hurts them the most. The money, their power, their control. Expose and break the control mechanism. Get them out of the way. I enjoy this comment. A movement of many beliefs, backgrounds, countries, etc., all united against the globalist elites. Amen. And that what you just said, Destructor, is what's happening worldwide. It's just in America, we have them out in full force. You see, the LGBTQ ABC XYZ divided by 3 community is all out there because they don't have enough black people in the anti-ICE protest, because black people are breaking towards conservatives and voting conservative and see the bullshit, and they don't like illegals. And the legal immigrants aren't out there because they had to come in the right way and got nothing for free, because they want the illegal one as well. And let's face it, not a single solitary one of us. And even you bleeding hard Christians out there, I'm not going to say bad things about them. I'm going to pray for their soul. Well, you know what? Shut the fuck up. At least somebody's praying for them, because nobody gives a shit about their soul. You know what? Nobody cares about them. Let's face it. And you can admit this. It's okay. All right. And I say this with a full-throated whatever. If I was gunned down tomorrow or hit by a vehicle or whatever, liberals, some conservatives would rejoice. You would hear more about me then because they all know me. They all hate me. They don't want to speak my name too much because that gives me attention. I won't go away. But they would love it if I died, if you died. They want us dead. So when you have those holier-than-thou crowds that like to point the fingers, the most godliest people in the world, we want to sit there and say, it's not nice to wish bad things. It's not nice to say, make fun of, like that Ben Bernanke comedian guy. I love that guy. He is freaking hilarious. He's Canadian, Destructor. Ben Bernanke, I think is his name. He is great. But, yeah, we laugh when they die. It's true. When I see somebody literally fucking around and then finding out and facing consequences for their actions, I don't sit there and say, let me pray for their soul. I say, good. Let's watch the video again, because I don't have a heart to care for them. I'm busy caring about the millions of people who are dying and suffering because of these people, and the people who have been lost and murdered and raped and trafficked and tortured and burnt and freaking all these things by the ones that they're trying to protect. So one less dumbass in the world. I freaking love ICE. God bless ICE. Okay? But when I hear about a liberal being shot and the world, oh my God, I smile. I get that little excited feeling in my stomach, like I used to get as like a 5-year-old on Christmas morning when I seen the gifts and Santa came. And it makes me happy, because you know what? At least it's not one of us this time. How about that? You can't say that. Why? Have you not all reveled for years when a conservative gets shot, or hunted down Trump supporters in the streets of Oregon, shot them and killed them and put it out there live on camera for the whole world to see, immune from any type of thing happening to you for years and years and years and years. The world is better off without you in it. And it smells better. Okay? So, quite honestly, I don't shed a tear. But the ones who do shed a tear and allegedly on our side, they're part of the problem too. I'm not saying go die. They should just shut the fuck up and move on. Okay? It's time to start focusing on real people. So my point was what Destructor said, there is a large contingency of people all around the globe that are really seeing what's being done, seeing what's happening right now, being exposed right now. Like literally, they're validating QAnon on national media, saying, and Bill Maher especially, that I never thought I would say this, but it turns out everything they were saying, I guess there's some truth to this, because it's all there. I'm hoping to get Liz Crokin. I messaged her again, by the way, Hollis, and she actually got back to me and said definitely, thumbs up, get back to you soon. So I want to get Liz Crokin on this show because she's one of the many names that follows me, and I actually like, well, not many that I like, but one of the few that I actually like, because everybody who said she was crazy, oh, Pizzagate, this and that, and then you look at the Epstein email, it's like, oh, wait, oh, that shit's real. Oh, man, that. What we've been saying for years and years and years and years and years. It's the tip of the iceberg, but the world sees it. And what Trump is doing with his manifest destiny, or the Don Rowe doctrine, which I think is freaking hilarious, what you see happening is an inverse of the North American Union that's being built. And I think it's freaking great. We have an armada of actual patriots, real heroes, real warriors, taking over these countries, winning in these countries against a corrupt system, and aligning with what Trump is doing and exposing and holding people accountable. We're seeing it happen. Hang on. So Dan, just curious, can we MAGA Lions post the heck out of you and tell people to do a writing campaign? Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. We were contemplating taking down DanSpriglio.com and the Senate thing. We were. But you know what? No, I'm not going to quit. They took my job. We had to leave the state. We still own the house. Still paying for a mortgage, right? We have a friend right now who's renting our house, who, lo and behold, fuck it. I'll tell the whole story. Not the whole story. You don't care. But like, let's be honest, you don't really care. But it's some type of sweet thing where the great grandson of the gentleman who built the house that we bought in Maine, somebody who we love, he's like, literally a true patriot, somebody who fought for his country. He's 86 years old. He's in better health than I am. This guy is a freaking legend. He's amazing. He is French. Doesn't like when anybody speaks French. He speaks English. He's great. Well, his great grandson is currently renting our house in Maine, and he's a freaking patriot. He knows what's up. He's aware of all the bullshit, calls it out, fights back, speaks up, isn't afraid. So at the very least, I feel good knowing that we have good people in our house in Maine. But as far as elections go, if I were to win, I could still, because I'm still paying taxes, believe it or not, in Maine, I could still be your senator. Isn't that a bitch? Imagine taking the carpetbagging bullshit and throwing it back in their face and shoving it up there. Oh my God. Now listen, I told you I have a plan, and I do have a plan. I've always had a plan. I get to the Senate. Thank you. I don't know if it's Charlene or Travis, but thank you. On it. Oh, ABC News, national ABC, big fake news ABC, literally sent me an email, and they want a headshot for the 2026 election from me. Isn't that amazing? Now, I hate ABC and they hate me, but I must be legit enough. I haven't had to file the FEC yet because the $336 we raised doesn't qualify yet. I don't think the $336, of course, they took $100 of that in fees. So the $220 is going to be enough. But we see this little trend happening of people saying, I was wrong about Dan. Well, it's not an ego thing. I'm going to say this right now. I was going to get into this last week. I already went over 2 hours. I'm a fucking liar. But like, honestly, yeah, we've spoken about it. Can I say we're going to give up our apartment in Ohio? No, we love Ohio, but we really do. We love Ohio. Northeast Ohio is actually pretty badass. I mean, I know we got our Somalians, but that's down in Libtard, Columbus. We have our issues. Don't get me wrong. Not as bad as Maine, not as bad as Pennsylvania, not as bad as Minnesota, but I do love Ohio. But if by the grace of God we were to actually get on the ballot, it won't happen for the Republican primary, obviously, because, they're not going to let that happen. They were never going to let that happen. But newsflash, I'm still going to call for the write-in campaign. I'll stay conservative and run as an independent. I don't even have to switch my party at this point. Write in my name. If called and we won, I would go and serve. Bottom line. Because people are waking up. Well, do you mean to tell me it's going to be our governor, Janet Mills, versus Susan Collins? Gee, who told you that last January? And all the real Mainers and everybody else, oh, you're full of shit. You're not real. And now, imagine that. Dan was right. Now, I don't need to put a shirt out like Alex Jones does to say I was right, but imagine that. It's called reading the tea leaves, people. And don't be surprised even if Susan does win, she retires and gives it to whomever, or a special election, which will give it to Janet Mills anyway. You know how this game works. But yeah, so bottom line is this. I'm going to do the headshot. I don't know how I'm going to look good. That's going to be hard. I'm going to do the headshot for ABC News, send it, say thank you, hopefully tell them to go fuck themselves. And we're going to say, write us in. Write me in. Do it. If called to serve, I will serve. Because Maine is a beautiful state. I like the moose, and I like at least 10% of the people. And Trump needs an actual freaking warrior. But honestly, day 2 in the Senate, I'll be censured. They'll try to remove me, but they won't be able to. But I mean what I say. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I mean what I say. So write me in. That's it. Bottom line. And fuck it, Well, why are you not in Ohio now? Because, running for Senate cost me my job. And Maine is so depressed that I couldn't find a job comparable to stay in Maine to afford the house, but I still have the house, blah, 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 whatever. So I was able to leave Maine and return to America in Ohio. So let's make Maine American again. Because let's face it, the Northeast is freaking lost. New England is lost. It's all gone. The most conservative voice you have from Pennsylvania all the way to Maine, my God, is freaking Fetterman. How's that one for you? Huh? But hey, maybe the laptop debater, I mean, when he says things, I like it. I'm not going to lie. He actually makes more sense than, most of the Republicans and Democrats, go figure. But I have to have a little bit of support for Fetterman, I assume, because I don't know. That's actually really hard to say. But hey, we both wear black hoods. There we go. So there you go. But yeah, it's right in my name. Go to dansperglio.com. Fuck it. Do it. I like that. There is your campaign promotion right there. It's true, right? Let's cut this clip. Put it out there. That's my message, Fuck it. There's a lot of people in Maine that obviously now all of a sudden, oh, maybe we were wrong about you. We're going to write you in. Well, thanks. Where were you when we needed you? But you know what? Let bygones be bygones. You can show up now. And you're not showing up for me. You're not showing up for me. You're showing up for the tens of thousands of women and children who have been trafficked and murdered and enslaved and prosecuted wrongfully. And this goes on and on and on. That the judges and the cops and the politicians have allowed to happen, going back all the way to George H.W. Bush, putting his compound in Kennebunkport and beginning the true entrenched deep state. It goes through Maine because nobody cares, nobody thinks, and nobody talks about Maine. So when you write in my name, you're not writing in, you're not voting for me. If you care, if you actually care about what you say, you do. I'm nothing more than the embodiment or the name behind the person who's going to go there and light it on fire like you've never seen before. That's it. I don't want to run for Senate. I do not want to be a politician, but I feel that I was called to do so because somebody has to who is fearless. And from what I could see, that means Trump and hopefully me, because he sure seems alone. Marco Rubio is light years better than anybody right now. And again, these are things I never thought I would say in my life. We need fighters. We need warriors, people fighting for not just this country, not just for decency, but to represent the victims that they're now discovering, that they're now finding, that they're now talking about. And believe me, they haven't even scratched the surface yet when it comes to Maine. Maine is that dirty little secret that nobody talks about, nobody knows about. But the whole world's up in arms, and I see some of the stories coming out. You have no idea how bad it truly is. And they are purposely doing evil, evil, evil things there. You want that change? You want it on a world platform? You want an actual fighter that's going to go into the Senate and give the middle finger to everybody and say, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for your committees. I'm not here for your money, your special interest bullshit. I am here for this country. I am here to save and be a voice for the freaking voiceless and here to save what's left of this country and give us future. I'll be that one person, hate me, come for me, censure me, try to kick me out, take whatever. I don't care. There's not a thing you could do to me that you haven't tried to do or have done before. And if you come to kill me, you better not miss because I'll take you out. That's it. I will do it for the right reasons. And the fact that I don't want to be a politician should speak volumes. Because I feel as if everybody else has failed and let you down. So, pass the baton to me, if you will. You want to really shake shit up? Not some softcore go on Fox News and act like a badass or Lindsey Graham fucking Senate floor speech. You want to see it real? Something real? Something like you've never seen? It's not just for entertainment value. I'm going to do what I'm going to do because it needs to be done. And that's it. I like that. People over politics. Exactly. And even the dumbass people who, well, I can't vote for you. You're not a real Mainer. Even for them. I'm even going to represent you because you're too stupid to stand up for yourselves. It's not nice to insult the electorate. It's not nice to do. It's not nice to. It's not nice to. No, it's called call out the dumbasses that have their head up their ass and think that they have all the answers and refuse to support or hear anybody who's actually talking about what's going on in their state, happening to their families, their bloodlines, calling it out. Why is, I've said this before, why is the stranger, the outsider, more concerned about your state and your lineage and everything that you claim to love, but you can't support me because I wasn't born there, but the outsiders are one standing up for it and fighting for you. See? That's how the game works. Doesn't matter. You know what? I'm over that. I'm beyond it. I'm not going to sit here and play nice. Remember, for those who do remember, I did like 7 or 8 weeks of talk where I didn't even, so I was trying to be all like semi-diplomatic because I don't have to use profanities, obviously. But I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. This is exactly who I am. And whether you love me or hate me, this is who I am. But I'm not different in person than I am here on the microphone. What I say to Hollis all the time is like, I swear people think I'm going to like come meet them, shake their hand, like rant on them and rage at them and yell at them or some shit. No, I'm not that person. Give me a reason. What you see is what you get. I'm a freaking fighter and I am not afraid. I fear nobody. God and my wife. Not in a bad way, in a loving way. That's it. I don't fear death. I don't intimidate. I'm the one they can't buy. I'm the one, I don't say this and jinx it, but I'm the one they can't. Starts with a K, ends with an L. Though they've tried. So I won't shut up. I won't back down. I won't be silent. And you know what? How can you represent people who don't want you? How can you fight for people who don't want you? How can you take a stand for people who don't want you? It's a good question. How can I take an oath to serve my country in war for people who I don't agree with, or like me, or want me, or wish me dead for going and fighting in that war? Same principle. Sometimes whether you agree or don't agree, you're called for a higher purpose. And you know what? That's it. And please believe the likelihood of us winning is about, 0.0001%, although some of the Mainers are waking up. So that's a big, big, big thing. Do you know how many people are in Maine? It really wouldn't take that much to win. This is your chance. Even just getting protest votes into the general, into the primary, into the general makes a difference. But fuck it, we fight to win. And you know what? It's not like we don't win, it's going to go away. Told you, MAGA mercenary. Something different. So we're going to see what happens. But there you go. Now I've addressed the main thing. Now, for everybody listening, you could not tune in to the second 30 minutes of the show next week when I make my formal main address. Okay? I'm kidding. Fuck that. They can go and listen to this shit if they want to hear it. Find me. Now all of a sudden they're following the VOP account on X. All these people are all of a sudden following, and people hashtagging my name and write in Dan and shit on my thing. I see half of it because I don't have my blue check mark anymore on X under my name because, fuck you, I'm going to pay you money for the privilege of being shadow banned. Fuck off. Never did a damn thing for me. But, regardless, there's people actually recognizing that somebody tried to do something and is doing something. So what the hell? So let's take advantage. Let's send a message. Let's use the system against the system. Bottom line. There we go. Let's look at these comments here. Okay. We need people refusing to back down. Amen. You can't be a politician then because you're doing it as a civic duty. A politician does it for the money. That's true. That's so true. Right? Dan, you are a patriot, not a politician. Trust me, there is a difference. Thank you, and God bless you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me coming from you. And MAGA Lions, again, the first ones endorsed me. I don't know. I think there was another endorsement somewhere, but I don't even know who the hell it is. So really, it's my only true endorsement, which means more to me than anything else. Sometimes you have to do things you don't like to do what need. Yep. Amen. The structure is correct. That's the difference between an America First candidate and a candidate of the system. Yep. Amen. Couldn't agree more. So, hey, we'll see what happens, huh? We got nothing to lose. That's for damn certain. Maine has a lot to lose. Like I said, even the Moose are leaving. I mean, they see something's wrong. Pretty bad. But I cannot stress to you enough that I'm not going to make this show I never tried to, but Maine all the time because quite frankly, it's just not that exciting. But I could sit here and do a 5-6 hour show every Thursday, probably for the next 30 years, just to go over the last decade of crimes that have happened in that state. You have no idea the depths and darkness in that state. And what comes from there, what has spawned from there, what's currently happening. So you need someone fearless who's going to go in there and just literally expose it all and go after people. It can be done. But in the meantime, that's it. Hollis is still back there. Hollis, any words from the back? No. Like I said, you gotta wait. Maybe next week with the Aftershock. I don't know. But you'll see her soon. See, we keep getting more and more people coming in viewing now. Like, what's going on? Don't you know I want to be done? I mean, I'm enjoying this, but I said I was going to stop at 2 hours. I'm at 2 hours and 23 minutes. Like what? Alice wants me to ask questions in the chat room. Oh, does anybody have questions? Oh, wow. We're going all pop culture-ish there, huh? Do you have any questions in the chat room of things we want to talk about? You can bring up anything. Actually, though, I've been saying it for a long time, and I have two methods of doing it. So maybe next week I'll try it out. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's right. The State of Freedom podcast. We had Dr. Robert Malone on Tuesday, right? Yeah, he was on. It's being uploaded to our network right now, so you can go onto the website, VOPUSARadio.com, the apps, all that good stuff. You can actually watch the interview. So it's a good time. You should check it out. And then, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to test it. I don't know. Maybe I will do next week. I have no idea. I'm going to take calls. Yep. We have two ways to take calls, and maybe next week is the time we start. So let's get those candidates lined up. We got to reach out to Reagan. Let's get her on here again. Let's find some others out there that are actual, fighters, real people. Get them going. We're going to have some guests, but maybe hour number 3 or time with guests, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll take some calls. So that'll be a way for you to actually talk to me. You could. No. Hollis wants to know if anybody watches the show or watched the show 24. She just discovered it and she's in love. It's a good show. Let's face it. Well, Dan, I'm checking it out. I'm going to see if we have that endorsement. Thank you. Thank you, Cousin Charlene. I had to love the stuff on YouTube so I can keep up. Destructor, I'm just happy you're around, man. How are my people at Technical Work Rate doing? I mean, I haven't, I think NC and I, we were shooting the shit a little bit, maybe like a year ago. It's been a while now. So I feel bad. I probably owe him a call or vice versa. I don't know. But yeah, so we're gonna take calls and it'll be interesting. It's gonna be different, but it's not different. I used to take calls every show for hours and hours and hours, and it was fun. But I want to open it up. And again, the only rules are this. If you call and act like an asshole, you're going to be treated as such. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to let you make a fool of yourself. And then I'm going to admonish you, mock you, and replay those clips over and over again to show the world your stupidity. But that's purely for my own enjoyment. But if you call and have questions and real things, I don't care. Not anything goes. Talk about literally anything. But if you disagree with me, that's fine. We can have a normal conversation. But act like shit, get treated like shit. And Travis and Charlene says, tell Hollis good night from this MAGA lion. Destructor, good for you, brother. You're better off, But yeah. So I know the large majority of you people actually watching or will never actually engage, but why all of a sudden are you all flooding in here? Is there something interesting? Am I that engaging? Am I that riveting? Did you hear my main announcement and get excited? Is that it? Anyway. So make sure to check out The Rage of Aquarius on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. too. Well, you know what? Screw this. Deal with a commercial. Since I went long anyway, just deal with a commercial. You're used to this by now. Good night to you, Charlene. I'm going to say it's Charlene. I love you. God bless you. I appreciate you always and forever. So thank you. And let's talk soon, please. So, all right, here's a quickie for you.
Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Download our apps on Android and Apple to never miss a show. Watch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Android TV, or visit VOPUSARadio.com.
And you know what? I don't care. You get this commercial too. Since we made the announcement, you might as well. You probably haven't seen it in a while, so, just deal with it. Because, you know what? I don't even need to take a piss, actually. I don't. But, maybe a drink would be nice. A little dry. But, you know what? Just deal with it. I'll be right back.
The poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer. There are many men who feel a kind of twisted pride and cynicism. There are many who confine themselves to criticism of the way others do what they themselves dare not even attempt. There is no more unhealthy being, no man less worthy of respect than he who either really holds or feigns to hold an attitude of sneering disbelief toward all that is great and lofty, whether in achievement or in that noble effort which, even if it fails, comes to second achievement. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at the best, knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
I haven't played that in a long time. I really love that. Hollis is good at what she does. To Dan in the arena. See, I told you we talked to Scott Pressler. He was cool with us, and then all of a sudden, But since I brought up Maine, here's another little oldie but a goodie. So, hey, I mean, I'm not exactly, anorexic right now, but I was fatter then. Okay. I have work to do. Don't worry.
I don't understand the little rivalries and the beefs between. All I see is a beautiful section of this country. Truly the crown of America. That should be the revitalization, the rebirth of America. That should lead the way, because this is the way life should be. But this right now is the way it is. We're not being run out. We're not trying to change culture. We're trying to revitalize. We want to make it a place that not only we are proud to live in, that we want everybody to come to and see and witness the splendor, the grandeur, the beauty, but also make it a place where your kids would want to stay, where there's jobs, where there's opportunities, where there's hope, prosperity. All your property that you busted your ass to protect and preserve, we see that it's worth fighting for, shouldn't you?
When things have been allowed to go on for years and years and years, it's an abuse of power and it's an abuse of trust. You have to be public, you have to be loud, and you have to call it out.
We are not your robots, we are all lions. We are not your robots, we are
See, even that video is right in my name. Come on. And lastly, just because.
Potatoes, hash browns, curly fries, potatoes, curly fries, hash browns.
Gave me a little education on potatoes. That's interesting. I wonder if the media enjoyed that. You'll have nobody guarding your potatoes.
Mr. President, potatoes, curly fries, potatoes, hash browns.
There you go. And don't worry, Destructor. Canada needs to be liberated. Okay? Canada needs to be liberated. That's all I'm saying. And how great is it that your prime minister literally goes to China, goes to Beijing, and says the quiet part out loud about building a broader relationship with China and moving forward to the new world? I mean, the revelations have just been amazing these last few weeks, have they not? You know, New World Orders, baby mills, drinking blood, human animal chimeras, all this stuff. Like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist or conspiracy theorist. Oh, then there it is. It's right there in grave detail in the Epstein files. Well, damn. Imagine that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Susan Collins, the patriot of Maine, one of the most corrupt, demonic little animated trolls, animated corpses I've ever seen in my life. That disgusting little beast. That's who Maine has representing it. So there you go. Dan, why does President Trump, I'm guessing, endorse a lot of the incumbents? I think we're going to see a lot less of that as we get closer. Yes, he's obviously endorsing some that neither one of us agree with, but I think he does that because, let's face it, can President Trump reliably say that he has warriors out there in the streets that are fighting for his mission, fighting for his cause, and actually enacting real change and being bold and being outspoken and standing up to the establishment? No. Because I warned everybody before Trump won the third time. The same thing I said before Trump even took office the first time on the air. You need to understand that one man can't do it all. Learn from your mistakes. And what do we have? Every single day, one of these influencers that only became something because they wrote off Trump's dick, questioning President Trump every single day, calling him out every single day, dividing the mass. Your little anorexic faggot, Nick Fuentes, out there squealing away like a bitch. I mean, I hated him always. All your normies, all your little losers out there, divide, and people take the bait constantly. So, Jason, I think in some cases he feels like he has to endorse some of the incumbents because it's better than nothing. I hate to say that, and I have no idea. I'm not going to make excuses for it, but I see the play, because why not back or endorse somebody who's there? Because they're corrupt and they have the money train coming, so they know how to keep holding on to the seat versus giving it over to a true blue Democrat. You're not doing that great with the rhinos because they're worse than the Democrats, but I guess the enemy And I mean, Tim Scott's involvement too is also a cancer, but he's a piece of shit, always been a piece of shit, always will be a piece of shit. So he doesn't make things easy at all either. But I think that's why he does it. As somebody who, it sounds kind of weird, who has studied President Trump since I was a kid, and understands the art of the deal and understands, how he kind of operates. And not because this is feeding my own ego. I can honestly say I really haven't been wrong about anything that I've said about Trump. Because I was always the one that said it's not going to happen right away. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's not going to happen on your timeline. It's going to happen in the timeline that the people are able, ready, and willing and capable of digesting all that's actually going down. And we're seeing this now. We're seeing this now. And it comes in different ways. Like realistically, Nicki Minaj is like the rap R&B version of Taylor Swift in that world. Right? She's a popular figure. Her breaking in this way and going really above and beyond to show support and call it out. Again, I could question motives and everything else, but she's going down a path that assures that she will never be let back into those circles because she doesn't need it. Good. Because maybe that's what it takes, because so many people out there, whether they want to admit it or not, and they say they've broken free of the mainstream and they don't go by their artists or movie stars, whatever, but you still follow along blindly. You still need to be led. You still need to be told what to do, who to like, who, not this audience. Well, some probably, but, but a majority of people out there are still like that. So I think it's going to come in different ways. It's going to come in different waves. And we're seeing it. We're going to see a lot more happen between now and the State of the Union. Mark this. Cut this piece. Flip this piece. Hold me accountable if I'm wrong. I mean that. You will see arrests. Look, Bill and Hillary agreeing to testify today. You don't think that's big? The news doesn't want to talk about it, but they have no choice. They try to skate over it. What's his face? Getting taken out. Maduro getting taken out in Venezuela. Why do you think when Tulsi and all them came and the FBI went down to Georgia, the FBI came down to Georgia looking for, voting machines and 2020 ballots. When they came and did that, why do you think Trump posted a picture on True Social of Maduro with the blindfold and the handcuffs giving the thumbs up? I mean, yeah, you're liberating a people, absolutely. But what do you think Maduro's going to do? He's going to whistleblow. Everybody knows Venezuela was involved with Smartmatic and Dominion and everything else, going all the way back to what happened in Kentucky when they stole the governorship from Bevins, and that's where they tested it out for 2020. It's all coming out. Tulsi single-handedly now going after every single area that was in question during 2020 and beyond. You're seeing it all come out. So now, even the mainstream controlled enemies of America and the world and freedom and liberty and decency are having to report on these things. So wait until you see what happens before the State of the Union. And I'm not saying it's the end of the road. I'm just saying wait until you see what happens by July 4th. If you've listened to me long enough, I know you've put up with a lot. There's been a lot of stopgaps, right? Start stops. Again, moving, job, hell, everything, things happen. But before America's 250, when, just mark my words, 250 years is when most, quote, empires fall. We're going to crest beyond that 250 mark. Empires will fall, but they're globalist empires. Wait for it. That was always the plan. That will always be the plan. And if you want to know the truth, you could literally go back to, because again, I know there's a couple places to go to find them. I have to go and search for them again. But if you go back and look at a Q post from 2018, there's literally a post. The empire will not recede. The empires will fall by America's 250. Trust the plan. I mean, and I'm not making that up. That's one of the many, it's not a Q proof yet, but why was that being said in 2018, my QAnon post? Just like called what happened in Butler, called like all these different things. I can't describe it. I can't explain it. I have no idea. But it's been ingrained in our psyches for a while. But me looking at it differently, before America's biggest celebration, he's going to do something legendary. But it's not going to be, Trump's not going to go out there and throw the cuffs on somebody, okay? You're going to see it tumble, collapse, controlled demolition. Tumble, bigger controlled demolition. It's going to keep gaining strength. The momentum's going to keep growing. So, mark my words, before the State of the Union, you're going to see some very big things happening, and it's already begun. But it's going to metastasize. It's going to get bigger. It's going to expand. But before July 4th, wait. Because the public has to be shocked into submission. I just briefly glanced over the chat room. Sorry, struck there. The world and the public who has been so, I keep using the word, but it's the best descriptive word I could think of. The public has been so lobotomized or neutered or brainwashed, MK Ultra, if you will. Because again, remember, this is your new MK Ultra, okay? But like, they've been desensitized to common sense, been desensitized to various forms of evil by design, whether it was through TV, through music, through this, to that, through their education system, whatever it may be. So now you have to wake up the masses in a different way. You have to wake up the masses in a way that it will stick, it will seep into the veins of people, and they'll be screaming for justice. And the other ones will just be screaming. That's exactly what we're seeing now. The stage is being set. What will Trump do next that is big, Destructor asks? I have my guesses. I sincerely believe the IRS will be abolished before July 4th. He already signed the charter for the External Revenue Service. He's taken the 87,000 new IRS agents that Biden hired. He's reassigning them to the border, or he'll accept their resignation. I think it's by February 15th. The IRS will fold, and the External Revenue Service, which he already signed the charter for, will come in. That's on the financial side. We're going to see a big swing in the finances. The gold standard will come back. He's been saying golden age for a reason. The gold in the Oval Office, the gold. The gold standard will permeate. It will resonate. It will be loud. It'll be proud. It'll be back out there in a way that nobody could possibly predict. The markets know this. They're adjusting. He's collapsing the pharmaceutical industries right now, and they're getting hurt. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But the IRS, we're unfortunately going to have to file our taxes this year. But by next year, I don't think we're going to have that in existence. But what big things will happen? I want to be bold and say the Fed will get what it deserves and be ended appropriately or replaced or repurposed. We'll see. Federal Reserve I'm referring to. But the special prosecutor, the what is it, the assistant attorney general or the special whatever it is that he's creating is going to be reporting direct into the White House and working out of the White House, going after specific corruption. They're not just talking about corruption in Minnesota. It's going to be a nationwide teardown because the indictments, not these infamous Steele indictments everybody talks about and laughed about. No, they're real and they're there, and you're starting to see things be executed on. Do you know about Barack Obama was referred to DOJ for criminal charges for his involvement in Russiagate and also the 2020 election? Did you hear about that on Friday? You probably didn't. Nobody wants to talk about it. Somebody asked Trump about it, though. One of the reporters, kudos to them, and he said it's not retribution, it's called justice. And he reminded them before they arrested him for bullshit, he'll be the one that closes it. But you're not going to like what happens. You're seeing these things come to fruition. But I don't want to hypothesize too much on what I think will happen. I have my ideas. We'll get into it next week. Annex Canada. I think we still do not understand the parameters of the Greenland deal yet. It has not been officially announced. I think that Alberta, is it Alberta or Ottawa? I mean, their people are meeting with the White House already because they want their independence from Canada. But think, if you will, like I said a long time ago, well, Trump's egotistical. Let his ego work for you. Let his ego work for America. And it has. What greater celebration of America than to announce that America is expanding? Think about that. Whether it's Canada, Greenland, or pieces of Canada, something big is happening, especially with Canada. I mean, Destructor knows this better than anybody. We could tell Canada at 9 a.m. that you have until noon to surrender or we're going to come in. They say no. We invade at noon. By 12:01, when Canada is officially taken over, it's a done deal. But no, Canada, and having lived in Maine and crossing the border often because it was the only place where life was, and going over into Edmundston, like I said, it was French-speaking Canada, but there were more people, French-speaking Canadians, they loved America more than, sadly, a lot of the people on the other side of the border in Maine. Kind of crazy. So I think something big is going to happen with Canada. I do. And Carney really messed up by pledging the allegiance to the New World Order right there in Beijing. Interesting way to go. And then you have, what's his face there? Hans Steimer or whatever, the Prime Minister of the UK, getting called out because guess who's in the Epstein files? And one of the royal family, taken down, no longer going to be an ambassador to America. He's being whatever in the royal. I don't care about monarchies. They all fucking suck. You're bloodletting demons, blood-sucking demons. You disgust me, but it's all collapsing. And this is a controlled demolition. People said today, they asked Trump about, what are your thoughts about what's happening with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton? He said, well, he feels bad about what's happening to Bill Clinton. It's sad to see. This is the same guy that brought out the women that he raped during the debate. Trump's turned. He's betrayed us. The anorexic-looking little Owen Schroyers and Candace Owens will tell you. That shows you how stupid they are. Who do you think, realistically? Now people know. First it was Trump was in the Epstein files. He is. He was an informant for the FBI. He's the only one that actually brought scumbag to justice. And he's been after him for 20 years. They hated him. Right? That came out. They don't want to talk about that. That's what came out. So who do you think controlled it? Who do you think allowed it to come out when nobody expected it? They were forced, but the fuck they were. And now Trump saying that he feels, he feels for him. No, he doesn't. It's literally, I'm quoting the video from Alex Jones back in 2016, but it's the mind of Trump. It's the Trump dimension. You've been trumped. He's playing, the man is a master, not a manipulator. He manipulates the situation, and anyone who comes against him and anybody who tries to counter narrative, the narrative king, it works against them who come after him. Not because I look at Trump as some god or anything else, because the man is an idiot. He's playing to the emotions. He knows, when he was passive about the Epstein thing, he knew it was going to come out. When he said, I feel bad for the people who will have their lives destroyed when they see what's in the documents. But then he said he hasn't read the documents. Of course, Trump's seen the documents. Trump's known about the documents forever. Trump was the one that actually testified against and brought charges and got him arrested before anybody else even spoke his name. I'm going back decades now. So Trump is playing these people, and he's playing you for your own benefit. And I think we could all say, whether you like or hate, whatever, it was the perfect storm with the Elon Trump public fallout. And now they're all back together. It was done deliberate. Elon turned on Trump, specifically said the Epstein files because Trump's name is in it, knowing full well the only thing was in there was unfounded investigated accusations that were proven false. Elon knew that his name would be in it as well. But he got all the Democrats who hate Trump to now not like Elon, but side with Elon and call out for the Epstein files. And now, see, the public is calling for it. Drip, 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 boom. When it least expected, drop it. See, he's a master counter psyop to the global order, to the Trilateral Commission, to what they've done and what they've been doing. He's mind-fucking them for the benefit of good, for the benefit of God, for the benefit of us, even those who hate him and we don't like. What he's doing is brilliant. They're all going to fall. I believe this. And, and yeah, you called it. It is, it's 5 DHS, there's 6 DHS. I hate when they do that. They mock it. But no, you're 1,000% right. Trump is a 3 DHS player. There's other ones that mock it and mock Q are the same ones that actually supported Q and support all the stuff beforehand. All right. So, and now it's safe to say, apparently, because Bill Maher and, everybody else are all talking about Q now. And, so it's safe to say it out loud, I guess, which I find fascinating. Force the narrative shift, force the CIA-controlled, manipulated media to talk about the things that they don't want to talk about that they're covering up for, to say it's crazy. It's a conspiracy, to use all their mockingbird talking points and narrative switches against it. But now here they are talking about it yet again, and they realize you've been what we like to, the old term, rope-a-doped. Use the system against the system to cannibalize the system. It's beginning. Wait and see. You're not going to have to wait long. It's not going to be at the speed of a fucking Owen or an Alex or anybody else. We want to see it now. I mean, Alex Jones this week is, on the right side. But I did like Trump's video where he just said, shut the fuck up. No, he didn't say it, but the video playing of all the doomers. Trump's just trolling them at this point. He has fun with it. He doesn't give one flying fuck about these people. Because they look stupid every single day. Alex Jones has made the most sense out of all of them. Don't get me wrong. But some days he pisses me off too, for obvious reasons. But wait, it's coming. And I'm just saying it's coming to make you feel good. I've said this for years. I said I really need to go back to the archives and find the Blog Talk Radio shows that I did. I know I have them somewhere, where I predicted what was going to happen before Trump even won the White House the first time. And we had a whole discussion about what's going to happen and when everything gets exposed. It's interesting. Incels, yes. I got to find that episode. I really need to find that episode. It's one of the, it's an oldie, but it's good. And what I said then, I remember verbatim, honestly, is actually playing out now. Not because I'm so wonderful, I'm some prophet or anything else. No, it's because when you understand the man, you understand psyops, you understand intelligence operations, which we're not going to get into now. Let's just say I understand a lot of it. I've been approached by everybody. No, I've just been unfortunately lucky or unlucky to see things play out. And once you see it, you don't forget it. Once you learn and you're taught their system, you know how to counter narrative, the narrative switch, essentially. Some of you have probably no idea what the hell I'm saying right now. That's okay. Just think, I was in the military, blah, blah, blah. I've seen things, wasn't supposed to see things. They don't like me. They remind me that anyway, I'm not a friend. Love the military, but they don't like certain elements, don't like me. But what you could see coming even back then was this is going to be one of the absolute biggest counter operations that the world has ever known. And this is your last chance. And it's playing out. So Just wait. If you really pay attention and cut through all the noise and the bullshit, right now the mainstream media is all up in arms because they're talking about things they don't want to be talking about because it literally indicts them. It indicts their financiers. It indicts their power brokers. It indicts the people that they've protected for decades, but they're having to talk about it. It's a beautiful thing. And it's only going to get better. Every day something massive is happening, but always pay the most attention to Fridays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. Please believe, take my word for it, okay? Especially Friday late. Although he does like to throw us some surprises on Saturday mornings. But I'm telling you, things are happening. And you see this already. If you know, you know. But you're going to see a lot more. Anyway. All right. So I'm at 3 hours. Hollis chimed in from the back and wants to know if anybody's seen the movie of Melania. Melania. Oh, yeah, the Main Street Caucus. Oh, we'll get into that next week. Jason, we'll discuss that. Please believe. On my birthday, my wife and I, we went across the street. Literally. We have a giant theater. And we saw Melania, the movie. And the movie was absolutely amazing. I can't tell you how much I loved it. And it was so cool being in a theater where people, there weren't many people, but movies made history already. But the people that were in the theater were clapping, cheering. Like, it was so cool. It was such a great movie. Did anybody else see it? I loved it. And again, I said this on Sunday. I'll say it again. Shout out to our friend of the show, Mark Beckman, who is the producer of the Melania movie, has been her chief of staff, I believe, or chief senior advisor for the last 20 plus years. And he was on Politi-Shock in June. We had a great interview. Really good interview. So I want to get him on again, but so cool. So cool. But the movie was great. Did anybody see it? If you want to respond, feel free. But I love the movie. It was cool. It was so cool seeing them together. Jason, you got to see it. It's an excellent, excellent movie. I mean, it's so cool seeing her, and we've all heard, and they're playing it again like it's gonna hurt Melania. Like they're re-releasing the audio of when that bitch was like recording Melania's conversations where she said the liberals hate her and she doesn't care. They're fucking evil and stuff like that, and how she hates the press. They're putting that out there to try to like counter narrative the fact that, well, she looks so dignified in the movie, and they're putting that out there. Don't you know? One, we already know that, and two, that just makes us love her more. She's a badass. She's a freaking, her and Trump are they're one and the same. And they're so cool together. You know, it's genuine, but the movie is so good. And not knowing, I've had a conversation with, and I got to go to the White House, you know, but like seeing Trump in person, even at the White House, just seeing how he is and how he interacts, like him and Melania was the same way. They're regular people. It makes them special. But if you haven't seen a Melania movie, go see it. You need to see it. I'm just saying. What else, Hollis? That's it for now? Nothing else? All right. So listen, I said I was going to give you 2 hours. I gave you 3 hours and 2 minutes. All right. I delivered. Yeah. This was fun. This was literally just a bullshit session for 3 hours, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So thank you. And thank you for everybody engaging and the strange surge of people that decided to come in out of nowhere. Thank you. It was fun. Now remember, you see that little QR code there on the corner. If you want to donate to what we're doing here, what we're building, what we are doing, please feel free to do so. Have at it. And next week, I will deliver. We will have a full-fledged Politi-Shock, and we'll have somebody on as a guest. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. No, but this was fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you for putting up with me and my glowing background and my weird head turns. And to everybody, obviously, Joe, Jason, Charlene, Danielle, instructor, whoever else I'm missing. Thank you for being here, and I love you all, and God bless you all, and be safe. You know the deal. On where is it? I'll just wait. Just a quick reminder, okay? So Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, Rage of Aquarius. Here's the 26-second commercial.
Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Download our apps on Android and Apple to never miss a show. Watch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Android TV, or visit VOPUSARadio.com.
While I have you as a captive audience, what the hell, right? Let's share my screen real quick. You see all this bullshit I got on here? See all this? Yeah. Let's go. What you see here, although that's really tiny, it's weird. The VOP logo in the left-hand corner. This is VOPUSARadio.com. VOPUSARadio.com. Politi-Shock. See that? Boom. You see all these wonderful things? Now, I don't want to click anything because you'll probably see, well, I don't know, whatever. Is this where you see me? Oh, here we go. Events. I'm learning is see, look, you're seeing me. I knew that. Look, I'm seeing me. Oh God, this is a mind fuck. Okay, this has to go. So there you go. I shouldn't have messed up my own thing, but there you go. Go to the website. See. Now we have a 24/7 stream of all shows and re-airs and everything going on. Live and upcoming. You go there, right there. Boom. You hit play. You see, we're live. Boom. You're watching me. And you see our little chat thing right there and all that good stuff. It's right there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So now, event schedule. You can find out what's upcoming, all that other good stuff right here. And then if you want to know about, don't you know already about us? Come on. All right. Go up here. That's how you can donate. I know it's PayPal. Isn't that fucked up? Might as well use it though, right? For some reason they let us on, so we might as well. All right. So click here. Now, check this out. Want to be a guest and interview, all that good stuff. Endorse products and deals. There's not many. Join our network. You click here, and then this takes you to where it all goes down. View packages and pricing. Apply, because yes, the people coming on our network are going to have to apply. We're being picky. We don't want assholes. We're not going to let people who are not serious and not committed in. Bottom line. You want something for everybody, just freaking go to Rumbles and go to YouTubes and watch all that shit happen. So there you go. You see all this wonderful stuff down here. Boom, 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 boom. And this one is very important to me. This is what people see. Anybody can see this going on the website. You hit this. This is where I have to promote it because one, I'm freaking proud, but two, I'll deserve some credit and some recognition and maybe actually get paid by somebody to do a freaking job for once. But no, this is part of the stuff that we offer here. This is in-house production services. People who want thumbnails. Boom. Custom thumbnails, 3-pack. Boom. Look at I'm a terrible salesperson. 6-pack of custom thumbnails. You get the point here. The numbers. Video intros and outros. Here, watch real quick. You're all there. because I get to do this. And what the hell? I take liberties, okay? I'm proud of the work she does. She does amazing. And here's the pisser. Hollis has literally fronted bands, toured the world. She currently has a whole new self-produced album that she's going to be releasing on her own record label that she started, or all her music, everything else. And the last thing in the world she ever wanted to do was be involved in politics or be involved in any of this stuff. And you know what? She's passionate. She's great. And she self-taught herself how to do everything. I couldn't be more proud. I'm not just saying because I have to. I'm saying because I am. It's freaking amazing. So just deal with it. Now watch this, because hey, it's my show. So I get away with doing this. Oh, that's familiar. That's perfect for the lefties right there. Really? Wait a minute. So you're not seeing this? Oh. Well, what the fuck? I was playing all those videos and you didn't even get to see it? Well, damn it. Oh, I didn't do the whole screen. Well, I was playing videos to show you all, and obviously I screwed up. So I'm sorry. I'm not tech savvy. I don't claim to be. Well, damn it. That's right. I don't lie when selling stuff. I am selling something right now. We got more viewers right now. We went up. Here. I know how to do this, okay? So you all got to deal with it. I mean, it's my show. So whatever. And damn straight I'm going to sell something. But honestly, it's, what we're also trying to do is help people that are in this world and actually care and do everything in-house instead of going these I don't want to be mean, going to Pakistani Indian people. I'm not nothing against them, but you know what? Let's keep it America. There. Now you're seeing it. So there you go. Here. Watch this. These are some of the reels, some of the things that Hollis created and that she's offering for people.
Are you enjoying the fruits of life?
Now it's work.
The gluttonous gorilla. Give in to temptation. Politi-Shock returns Thursday, November 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Coming soon. Get ready, Cleveland, because the heartbeat of the city is about to get louder. This is the Cleveland Rocks Podcast.
Download us on Apple or Android and watch our streams across Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Pandora, and dozens more. Our mission is simple: to empower individuals from the inside out through spirituality, faith, self-improvement, holistic health, and healing. The State of Freedom Podcast with your hosts, Chris Alexander and Danielle Walker, every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time.
The willingness to be free is immeasurable. And the fight for freedom is a fight we will never back down from.
Our network gives a voice to artists without compromise, manipulation, or censorship.
Real stories, real voices. We are the media now.
So what you're seeing is just an example of some of the work that Hollis does and things she can create, and she's offering for other people. So let me see. Do we want to show stream overlays? What the hell?
Stream overlays. Instantly elevate your stream and stand out. Each package comes with 5 essential overlay screens. Starting soon. Be right back. Main overlay, stream ending, and an offline banner. Static or animated. You choose your style.
There you go. No more offshoring this work. Keep it in America, damn it. Or, sorry, Destructor. North America. There we go. All right. Voiceovers. You want to hear? Here. You know what? I don't care. I don't care.
Go from coupe to convertible in under 25 seconds. The enviable, enjoyable, sexy new Volkswagen EOS.
And those are commercials and national commercials that Hollis actually did. And she did professional voiceover works for like these big brands and shit. So I get to brag about that because whatever.
See this? This is the new G2X powered by Android. The G2X with Google delivers the ultimate mobile experience and the power of America's largest 4G network. T-Mobile, stick together. They're rich, they're real, and they're hot. Infinity brushes by Conair with tourmaline ceramic for luxurious shine that gets air to hair faster and cushions the ride. Infinity by Conair. It's BOGO time at Payless. Buy one, get one half off everything. Take your style to the edge at Payless. But hurry, only 5 days left. 0 sugar, 0 carbs. Rockstar Pink. Incredible energy kick when you need it most. Texting while driving kills millions of Americans every year. Don't be another statistic. Drive now, text later. Lighten up with a refreshing Subway Orchard Chicken Salad Sub. Overflowing with fantastic flavorosity and only 8 grams of fat. Part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. Subway, eat fresh.
See? All right. You don't need to hear Mel voice. Ebook, she does everything. All right, let's go back up real quick so you just get an idea what's here. This is all found. You can get this from the actual VOP website and get these services and all this other good stuff. What else? Commercial and promo? No, we did that one already. Let's see. Intros and outros. Boom. Let's there.
Listen to the band. Your host, Jack Jones. Starting right now.
I'm running circles and I don't have a plan. I'm running as I'm stuck with an impossible task.
That's right, people. I'm not a salesperson by trade, but damn it, I get to show these things because, well, it's my show, my network. So whatever. So there you go. You get an idea. All right. So we have a lot of stuff. We got more people tuning in. What the hell? You know? The point is, oh God. Anyway, I'm supposed to hit like the mute button when I do that, but you know, whatever. I forgot to. Ever since we got a comment here. Ever since the Rage of Aquarius started up, I've been drifting off of the war room because here you and I matter to somebody who is genuinely interested in the work that we do. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Joe. Amen. And that's the difference. You know, somebody like me, Josh, Hollis, we actually care about what you do and see the value and appreciate it. You know why? Because you're real people doing real shit, giving a real voice and a real platform for fighting for real change that's meaningful and not paid influential bullshit. It's that simple, you know? And that's what I was saying earlier, too. It's like so many people out there, like, I have a radio show, so why would I want to be on your network? Well, I'm on already, so why would I be on your network? Well, I'm on YouTube. Why would I want to be on your network? Guess what? We don't want you. Have no fear. We don't care. Do your thing. Have fun. Rock on. God bless. You know, if you can't understand the difference between social media bullshit, where you're competing against millions and millions of dollars to try to put your thoughts out there, and all you're mostly doing, let's face it, let's be absolutely honest. 90% of these people are trying to emulate somebody else. I could honestly say, I don't want to be like anybody else. Hell, I can't even tolerate my own voice or what I do. But it's who I am. This is me being me, live for the world to see, for better or for worse. Ridicule, mock, hate, love, it's all great. This is what I do. But so many people out there I want to be the next Joe Rogan. I want to be the next Alex Jones. I want to be, you know what? There already are those people. We don't need another one. And the alternatives suck, okay? So we don't need a bunch of fake assholes out there. The hardest thing for people to do is to, one, be themselves, and two, actually see maybe there's more power in working together if you actually believe even an iota of what you're saying. Work together with real independent people who've actually put something together to put you out there. You want to chase social media? Chase social media. Have at it. Do your thing. This is not social media. Yes, inevitably, we're going to institute a lot of cool shit in this. We're going to bring back, come hell or high water, we're going to bring back AOL Messenger style stuff. We're going to do it. We're going to do a whole different thing here. But this is literally something different. If everybody out there has a YouTube show and a Rumble show. You also have a Roku channel and a Fire TV channel and Amazon TV, you know, Apple channel and Android TV channel, and you have your own apps. You have that? No, but you can get them to spend shit tons of money, thousands of dollars. That I worked my ass off. Hollis worked her ass off. We sacrificed, went without to build. And why do we do that? So we could give all of you a presence in front of them. Well, how do I get the viewers? Well, here's a novel concept. Don't suck and be entertaining, and maybe they'll watch. How about that? But we, like any network, are giving you the exposure, the reach, all the work, all the dedication, the years of hard work put out there, shared with the world of people who allegedly want to do this for the right reasons. We're giving you a chance to be heard, to be seen, and using our reach for you. Imagine that. Probably too kind. Probably shouldn't. But our belief is there's still good people out there. And not just in the political world. Music, art, everything. They just want a place that can actually be free to be themselves, as something I said, and accidentally, but became a thing because it matters here. You know what I mean? That's what we built. This is about algorithms. This is about censorship. This is about an actual platform where, again, you know, give it a few weeks. Who knows? Give it a couple months. Who knows? It depends on who comes in, who doesn't suck, who's willing to actually, yes, you're going to have to pay to be on here. Yep. You're going to have to pay. You know why? Because it costs us a fuck ton of money to run it. And it costs us a lot of money to put you up, put you out there, but we want to do that. So serious people are going to have to invest in themselves and invest in what they're doing. Yeah. And that's the other part. We still believe in like bartering, so to speak. Yeah, we're not going to do free rides and free promotion anymore. And I say that meaning for other creators and broadcasters and podcasters. Like, I'm always going to support MAGA Lions and you guys all damn day. That's different. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, I would love for you guys to even have a show that you live stream to. That's something we should freaking talk about, to give you guys a space to actually put something out there. You know, that's what this. So if somebody can't pay, but they're serious and they're committed and they're willing to say, hey, can't pay right, but I believe in what I'm doing. We know it's a good symbiotic freaking fit, or whatever that word is. Yeah. And you want to be able to help, you want to help us address the email list, or you want to help us like share content, social media manage, or whatever the hell it may be. God bless. We'll work on a trade. And then you get a spot in the network. It's just that simple. It's like, oh, well, that's not, no, that's as bare bones and as real as it gets. We'll help those who are willing to help in return or willing to pay and believe in it and show a little bit of commitment. It's not like we're asking for tens of thousands of dollars. What we're asking for is a fraction of any cost of what people will spend to have their own Roku TV channels made and Fire TV channels made and everything else. It's not easy. We know how hard it is. We took the hits so you don't have to, is the point. And even when you come on here, it's like we don't own your content. You can still broadcast to your social media world and everything else. This is a way to amplify the message and put something out there beyond censorship, beyond any of that crap. That's why we exist. See? Makes sense? So instead of everybody trying to do their own thing and do, no, it's got to be me, 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 me. I get it. Being egotistical is fun, I guess. I don't know. You're going to be the one that's going to crack the code. Hope you do. But for the ones who actually get it and want to work together for a common good, to help real people, be something different, lead by example, that's what we're here for. So there you go. It's not even a sales pitch. It's just honest speak, honest talk. That is what we are, who we are, what we've built, what we're doing. And Joe, then we're going to talk about that because I would love that because this is what's needed. And yeah, we have the discretion to say, you know what? Nope, we don't want you. Or we have the discretion to say, yep, we do want you. That's not censorship because one thing Hollis and I are good at are sniffing out the fake assholes. We're also not going to let people come on here and just take advantage and not be sincere. You're not going to see any globalist shills sneaking in our platform. We're going to censor the censors. How about that? For everybody else, this is why we exist. Because this doesn't exist. Will I go on road? That's not an excuse. That's not a no. This is real now. And it's time to go to work. And it costs us many, many, many thousands of dollars to operate it. And we're not even bitching. We're proud of the fact that we did this. And we're going to continue to do it one way or another, with or without the help from people. But sure, it'd be nice to have some help. It'd be nice to have people actually volunteer to say, hey, you know what? Let me navigate the social media, share clips, help. We have a whole independent podcast network too. So when the shows go down, we put you on a podcast network, broadcast you out to the world, the radio network. We still have the radio network. It's also happened to be a TV network, heard globally in 191 countries. I'll go figure. We're a team of two, literally. And we're going to need a bigger team. And inevitably, one day we start taking money. Then it's like, yeah, we actually will be able to pay people in real positions one day when that day comes. Praise God, God willing, whatever. That's what this is. This is about getting in something in the ground level. It's not ground level for us. It's 20 years in the making. At least the last 2 years in the making for this. But it's about sharing what we've done because we mean what we say. We're not in this to get rich. We're in this to enrich the minds, society, the world. Be something different. Lead by example. I think you get it. So there. So whomever will leave a negative comment and say this sounds more like an infomercial, all I could say is you're damn right. Because we got to sit and be subjected to your nonsensical, nonstop bullshit. Everybody else all day trying to pitch something to sell something. Everybody else is selling the same variation thereof. What we're doing is actually being proud of and putting out there something that we built from our hearts to help other people. Imagine that. That's it. I'm done. All right. I went 3.5 hours, longer than anticipated, but, well, I guess some things never change, huh? So all I have to say is this has been fun. I appreciate you all. I thank the odd surge of people that decided to come in late. And remember, right here, you see that little QR code? If you want to throw us $, feel free to do it. We're still on YouTube. I don't know how the hell that happened. imagine all the nasty comments on there. But like, you know, I'm surprised they didn't ban us yet. But we're there. So, and Joe, you probably are responsible because you share like a fiend. So thank you. Here, let's see. That's why I download your Rage of Aquarius, use my video maker to edit. I know you do it. I love it. Yep. And you always do. See, every time Joe goes and he downloads shows and he shares the clips, he puts the website address in there. He puts everything in there. And we have never asked him to do that. God knows we don't have any money to give. We don't pay him to do it. Just a good person who busts his ass to do it because he actually believes in and cares. I love that. I already love you, man, but thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, you're always awesome. You always bring in people. I appreciate that as well. So again, the website, VOPUSARadio.com, in case I haven't said that enough, VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com. Find the iOS and Android, VOP. So you got to type in VOP. You can do the space USA as well. You'll find us, but VOP, Android, Apple. It's free. Go watch the shows, watch past shows. It looks just like the website on the apps. Pretty freaking cool. Check out those creator services. Check out how you could join the network. Everything on there, like I showed you on the website. Check it out. Find us on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV. Again, type in VOP or Voice of the People, whichever you so desire, and you will find us. With that, it's been fun as always. I've missed you all. Let's face it, you probably all knew I was full of shit when I was going to go 2 hours. I intended to go 2 hours, but hey, whatever. I'm a lion, dog face, pony soldier. What can I say? In the words of Joe Biden. So, thank you. Be safe. I'm going to see you this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The Rage of Aquarius. And we'll be back here next Thursday at 9 p.m. for real. Bless you, Hollis, with Politi-Shock coming at you. Everybody in the chat room, again, thank you. People of Maine, write in my name. And that's all I've got for you. So, good night. God bless. See you soon.
Nation's pride, red, white, and blue.
You've been listening to Politi-Shock. No, we don't shock on purpose. It's not our goal. We just like to tell the truth and get blamed for being shocking. It's extreme truth, political, crass, and blunt. And to say that we don't care what other people think is a major understatement. Oh my God. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. Hit us up on Instagram, DLive, and Twitch at VOP USA Radio. On the website at www.VOPUSA Radio. Find us on the Android and Apple apps at VOP Network. On Twitter at Official VOP USA. And on Facebook at the Voice of the People USA Radio fan and group page. Contact. Do it with email at Politi-Shock@VOPUSARadio.com. It ain't politically correct. It's just correct. See you next time on Politi-Shock.
The willingness to be free is immeasurable. And the fight for freedom is a fight we will never back down from. When our rights are threatened, we have no choice but to rise and push back. We fight for what we love, for what matters, for the soul of this nation. Our voices united will break through the noise and force change. With real stories, real people, and real voices, we are here to reclaim what's been stolen. The human spirit, the courage to speak, and the the fight to stay free. Your rights and freedoms are not negotiable. They are everything. For those silenced, suppressed, and cast aside, for the voices we've lost, for the forgotten, we will not stand down. We raise our voices for you. A true alternative is rising. The power still belongs
Politi-Shock
to the people.
VOPUSARadio.com. It ain't